To order, please. I'm Paul Krikorian, President of the Council, and we are ready to begin. Public comment will be taken today both in person in the Council chamber
Hello, everyone.
and via teleconference as well. Mr. Clerk, if you could please call the roll.
Yes, Mr. President. Blumenfield, De Leon, Harris Dawson, Hernandez.
It's ready.
Krikorian,
It's time.
Lee,
Mr.
McCosker,
Sachs is right here,
Padilla,
too. Look at him.
Hart, Price,
Hold
Rahman,
on.
Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 12 members present
ready.
and a quorum, Mr. President.
Mr. Sachs is ready. Let's get it. Yeah,
First order
AGK,
of
man.
business,
Thank you
please.
guys for pushing me
Approval
over.
of the minutes of September 29, 2023.
Good morning, everybody.
Councilmember Padilla moves. Councilmember Soto
What's up,
Martinez
Ian?
seconds. Next.
Jimmy Lee,
Commendatory
Crystal,
resolution for
Vincent,
approval.
Jordan, Kenneth,
Councilmember Hutt moves.
Donovan,
Councilmember McCosker
Sir
seconds.
Westo,
Next.
Al, Turtle,
Mr. President,
Ruben,
today is Tuesday and it's time for the flag salute.
Melanie,
Very good.
Bree,
Councilmember Hutt,
Jenna,
would you please lead us in the
Dirtfan,
flag salute?
Weed,
Yes,
Alice,
please
Tommy,
stand, everybody.
RS, Chris,
Put your right
Forsaken,
hand over your heart.
Frodis, Stu,
I pledge allegiance to the
What's up,
flag
Miguel?
of the United States of America.
Chase was crazy.
and to the
Yeah, it was
republic
crazy
for
one,
which it
Miguel.
stands,
But it's
one
great
nation,
because it was a shitty one to begin with.
indivisible,
And all of a sudden
with
it
liberty
went
and
from
justice
fucking
for
a
all.
-2
Thank
to
you.
a fucking 11 like that.
Thank you very much. Mr.
I
Clerk,
don't
let's run
see
through
the
agenda,
major
please.
news media in there. Apparently
Yes, Mr.
they don't
President.
care about
Item 1 is
corruption.
an item notice for public hearing. Items 2 through 30 are items for which public
Who cares
hearings have
about
been held.
corruption?
The Housing and Homelessness Committee report has been submitted for item 30 and uploaded to council file number 23-0872. Items 31 through 40 are items for which public hearings have not been held. Item 41 is a closed session item for which a public hearing has not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Thank you. Without objection, those items are now before us. Members, are there any items that you would like to call special? Councilmember Soto Martinez.
Thank you so much, Council President. I'd like to call 9 for a technical correction, 17 through 19 for comments, and 21 for a separate vote.
Okay, very good. The first item you said was for a correction?
Yes.
Has that, do you want to read it in now, or is,
I think we're...
oh, okay,
I
it's
think we're
in,
still
it's in
working to get it
process?
in,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll come back to that one, so we'll hold that one on the desk for the moment. Thank you. Councilmember McCosker.
I'd just like to pull item 3 for a comment. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Councilmember Price.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
happy
I'd like
birthday to
recuse
Lonnie.
myself
Happy
from item
birthday,
11 and
Lonnie.
12 because my wife's employers have worked with clients in the past.
Happy birthday!
11 and
Happy
12. Thank
birthday!
you.
Happy birthday!
Okay, thank you. Any other specials, members?
Stinks came to say happy
Okay,
birthday.
and item 41 we will be taking up in closed session, so we will take that up when that comes. All right, if there's no other specials, members, Mr. Clerk, what is now available for us to vote on?
Just in time.
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 2, 4 through 8, 10, 13 through 16, 20, and
There he is.
22 through 30.
Happy birthday, Lonnie.
All right, those items are now before us, members. I see no members wishing to be heard, so let's go ahead and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
Where's John
13
Leon?
ayes.
He's right there. You see him? Look at the vote board all the way at the end, to the left of the screen. Hold on, I know I'm not on there. Take a look all the way at the top over there, at the very end of the horseshoe. That's him at the very end, next to the lady in the burgundy. That's him.
All right, so before we go to the public comment portion of our
Happy birthday, Lonnie.
section, I'd like to invite
Don't eat too
Councilmember
much cake.
Rodriguez to the front
But
so
enjoy your day.
she can make
Ian,
an important
thank you.
presentation. Councilmember, you have the floor.
Thank you, Ian. John Lee is a scumbag. He is now, apparently. Yeah, he got caught yesterday. The Channel 5 News was saying he got caught in a corruption scandal. Taking
morning,
gifts
colleagues.
that
Thank
are
you,
bigger
Mr.
than he's
President.
supposed to, not reporting the gifts.
Colleagues, I am joined today
Helping
by
people.
our incredible
He shouldn't be
LA
helping.
library staff. If you would please join me in giving them
it's
a
all
big
over the
round
news
of
here.
applause.
Well, I shouldn't say it's all over the news here. It's not. They talked about it once. They sweep it under the
We
rug
are
because,
here
again, that's
today
their
to
pal.
celebrate and
So they
commemorate
can't talk too much about it.
what
They need
is
to say it one time,
fundamentally
so they can't say they
an
didn't say it.
American right is the freedom of expression, freedom of thought, and freedom to read whatever the hell you choose. And
get it, girl.
unfortunately, in our growing divisive political climate, we continue to see an environment that is prohibiting and limiting people from being able to read some of the most very fundamental and traditional literature that has been available in this country for
Banned
generations.
Books Week.
I am joined today
Let freedom
by
read.
one of our more popular Zabos, our city librarian, our city
Gay
librarian,
books
John
incoming.
Zabel. Sorry, Matt, you know I had to say it. To recognize this very important week, which is Banned Books Week. And again, it's when we have seen such redaction of very basic fundamental rights in this country. This sadly has become
Andrea, thank you so much,
even,
Calamity Girl. That was
growing
huge.
importance for us to protect the opportunity for folks in this country to have access to some
Thanks
of
for
the very
watching.
basic literature that has been made
Calamity, we have to
available
show
us
it.
for
Even people don't
generations.
care, but we still
And
gotta
I
show
am
it.
so grateful that we live in a city that continues to uphold and embrace the rights for people to read what they choose.
He should be suing
And
for
our city
hundreds of more
library
millions of
department
dollars,
has
Chief.
been at the forefront of making
'Cause he was
sure
fired
that we
for no
continue,
reason.
to
I remember
avail
telling
that
you that.
freedom here in the city of Los Angeles.
Dude
but not
wasn't
just
convicted
to,
of anything.
To Angelinos, but has
he was
made it available
accused of
even
lots
in
and
areas
did
across
nothing.
the country that have prohibited
Welcome to the world we
many
live
of-
in.
much of this access. And so
You are truly guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And Trevor Bauer just proved that. Shout out to Trevor Bauer. You're welcome on the show anytime, my friend. And I mean anytime. You come on down as long as you want to talk, anything you want to talk about. Shout out to Trevor Bauer. I wish you were a Dodger. Fuck the Dodgers, and you know I'm a Dodger fan. I think you should sue the Dodgers for a couple $100 million.
the country. And so with that, I want to thank our library department. They do such a phenomenal job. I have to give a shout out. John knows this. Every opportunity I get, I remind everybody, if you're not following them on Instagram and following our library department on social media, you're missing out on a good time. They do such a phenomenal job. This Saturday,
Missing out on a good
I was
time,
able
everybody.
to join at the Libros Festival, celebrating again what is
Peter identifies as
uniquely
Lois.
Los Angeles, the embracing of the multilingual nature of our city, and this wonderful family celebration at the Central Library. I darted from the La Bonge event this Saturday.
I saw it,
early in the
Chief. You don't have
morning
to say it 1,000
across town
times.
to
We
the
saw it.
Central Library to be to admire this
We understand
wonderful
it. We
festival
know
that
it.
our library staff put on.
Oh, ma'am, please.
They do so much to make our city far more accessible than it would otherwise be, because they have
We're
made
celebrating
our
banned
library
books,
department
books that are
the
on the
no
banned
wrong door.
list.
It is the place where everyone can find.
Apparently they want you to read
services
banned
and
books.
Access to services that they need.
It's funny though.
But in
I guarantee
addition
if it's a
to
book that was
they
banned
have
that I
put
wanted to
themselves
read
in
that
the
had nothing to
position
do with what
of
they like,
making
I assure you I'd be
themselves
thrown
a
in
point
jail
of
for it.
access for those
them
that
and
have
their
been,
books, for sure.
Have
All right, I asked you, Chief, and that's it,
held
my
back
friend.
from having access
Now I'm gonna
to the
show
very
you what I mean,
fundamental
my friend.
opportunities
Goodbye.
of reading and finding themselves in books that would otherwise be limited to them in their parts, in their city,
asked you- I
anywhere
asked you
across
4
the country.
times or 3
And so
times.
with that,
Braden,
I wanna
thank you
give
so
this
much. Good morning.
opportunity to invite our wonderful
You're not
city
late.
librarian, John
You're-
Zabo. To,
you know? They're still futzing around.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Rodriguez, and really thanks to the entire City Council. You know, to be here as a librarian, I am a librarian, and have this City Council
Well, Terry kept
recognize
putting the
Banned
same
Books
shit
Week
over
makes
and
me
over
very
and over,
proud,
and I think it was
frankly,
like,
to be an
I don't know,
employee
the
of the city
7th
of
time
LA,
before I told him.
I thank you for
Man.
that. And I also just
Not
want to
waiting
thank
for
you
8
all
and
for your
9.
support of the library. We talk a lot about all of those innovative services
Just
that No
annoying,
Wrong
you
Door
know?
you're talking about. We're so proud of
People
our
spam.
services in our New Americans Initiative, our
right, let's heat
immigration
up some,
services,
weed.
serving the most vulnerable in Los Angeles through our social workers now, our mental health
All right, I'm
services.
heating up.
We also are a place of reading and books. It's
good to see you, Terry.
We
Good morning.
celebrate that every single day. All of those wonderful, warm, fuzzy things you think about with your public library are happening in all 73 of our libraries
What's up,
across
Brock?
the city. And recently
Good to
we
see
were
you, bud.
reminded of that with Library
in
Card
Tempe?
Sign Up Month in September, when thousands of Angelinos
got some
signed up
Phoenixians
for
in
library
here.
cards on Saturday with the
And some
awesome LA
Arizonians.
Libros Fest at Central Library, with thousands of young people and families in our library celebrating bilingualism and all of the Spanish language materials, collections, programs,
Proud
and
to be a librarian,
services
Paul.
that we
You
offer.
should be.
And now celebrating Banned Books Week, which is a celebration of the freedom to read, the focusing on the importance of intellectual freedom, and a reminder to all Angelinos and people everywhere that our libraries want to endeavor
was
to
epic.
and feel very
Grave.
strongly about making certain that
Raven.
we're collecting and making available
It
the
was wild
stories
last night.
of all of our communities.
No problem.
And LAPL, the Los Angeles Public Library, is
smoking now in
very
a-
proud to
about 10
celebrate this
seconds.
week, Banned Books Week, every single year. I will tell
It
you, this year
is
is more important to
ready
celebrate this than ever for the reasons that Councilwoman
now.
Rodriguez just mentioned. Book challenges and book bans across this nation are at an all-time high. They have doubled since just a year
I'm all
ago.
for banning books that have pornography in them for
And
little kids.
This is a growing,
Other than
growing
that,
concern.
you know, you should keep the
American
books
Library
up there.
Association that tracks
I'm not
this
worried about
data
the Catcher in the
has
Rye and the other
indicated
shit, but
that,
all these
the
these
levels of
books
book
that have
challenges and
pornography
book
in
bans
them,
this country are at
disgusting.
McCarthy-era levels. Just let that
especially
sink in.
when you go to a
Really
city council
shocking.
meeting and you
the-
read that
the
very
most
same book, you
challenged
quote
books,
it,
the most
and they
banned
tell you to
books
stop.
across this country
It's
in
too
public
much.
libraries and school libraries
Can't hear that,
are
but yet the
books
kids
that
can
are
read it.
by
Makes
or tell
sense.
the stories of Black, Indigenous, persons of color, and LGBTQ communities. And that's an important thing to highlight.
There we
and
go.
focus
You
on
guys
as
ready?
well, and to remind our communities that we proudly collect in all of those areas and celebrate all of that material. And so Banned Books Week is a reminder, one, that LAPL is not banning books, certainly here in LA, that we stand
Do you
for
shower
intellectual
or you
freedom,
stink?
and we have
I
just the
showered
best
and I
staff
stink.
anywhere, and many of those staff are behind
I
me
just let the
now.
water trickle off my
They do
ass
such a great job
without
of
any
highlighting Banned
soap
Books
going
Week
anywhere.
through displays, but also through blog posts, social media, public programming, highlighting this and celebrating all materials. There is another initiative that we are launching this week. And to speak a little bit about it, I'd like to introduce Janae Brown, who is
Yeah,
our Director
Ian,
of Emerging
but
Technologies
you know how
and
that works.
Collections, who is responsible for all things content at the Los Angeles Public
Thank you so
Library
much,
in
Tommy,
North
for the
End.
nice
So,
dono.
Janae.
Good morning, Tommy. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the City Council and our
It's weed in
valued
here.
constituents. Today I
Sligo?
stand before you to shed light on a remarkable endeavor
Cannabis.
embarked upon by the Los Angeles Public Library, an initiative that champions the cherished principle of free
No, it's
expression
quite
and
the opposite,
unfettered
Crystal.
access to knowledge for every citizen of our great nation. This
nice and
initiative
easy.
is known as
What's up, Larry? Good morning.
Read Freely
What's up,
with
Bikini?
LAPL. And it marks a pivotal moment in our commitment to intellectual
It's crazy, right,
freedom
Bikini?
and the right to access information. On October
Mr.
1st,
Sachs
the
over there,
Los
look at him
Angeles
with his
Public
visitor pass
Library
on. He's
proudly
stoic
unveiled
face.
Read Freely with LAPL, a groundbreaking initiative that will endure until the culmination of
Lights.
2023.
Yeah, I'm hitting the
This
sherbet banger
initiative-
right now.
Through this
Sherbet banger.
initiative, LAPL is offering a curated selection of digital books from the American Library Association's most challenged books list,
Yes,
making
Ab.
them available to readers aged 13 and above across the United States.
They haven't
Why,
mentioned anybody
you may
yet.
Ask, has
They're
LAPL
busy
undertaken this
celebrating these banned
initiative?
books.
The answer lies in our unwavering dedication to safeguarding the democratic principles
It's been 13 minutes of gaslighting the banned
Reading
books.
stands as one of our most distinguished freedoms, offering boundless opportunities for lifelong learning about diverse cultures and experiences. Enrolling in this initiative is a simple process. Applicants can create a Read Freely digital card. This digital card grants immediate and exclusive access to the Read Freely digital collection on Libby.
I don't remember that,
Existing card
Days.
holders can continue to enjoy
remember that
our
one.
extensive digital and physical collections,
What's up, Gregory?
including our
Good
comprehensive
morning.
Overdrive Libby collection. For those residing within the city of Los Angeles,
This is old
without a
stuff,
library
Sav.
card,
These are
fret
15
not,
years old.
As our collections
Never
are
seen a
readily
volcano?
accessible through an e-card. In closing, I leave you with a powerful reminder: free people read freely. Free people read freely, as aptly articulated by Tracy D. Hall, the executive director of the
We're not
American
free. We
Library
learned that a few
Association.
years ago,
To
honey.
delve deeper into the Read
We're not
Freely with
free.
LAPL collection,
Shut up
visit
and
our
take your
website
shot.
at lapl.org.
We learned
or
that,
one of
lady,
our
so don't
73
fucking gaslight me with your
locations
fucking
across our
book.
great city.
Don't
Thank
give me
you
that
for your
free
attention
bullshit. We ain't
and
fucking
unwavering
free.
support
Get the
in
fuck outta
pursuit of
here.
Intellectual freedom and the
Hand
right
that shit off to
read
somebody who's
freely.
fucking lower educated than myself. Some other stupid fuck. You know?
So perfectly said. And, you know, at a
keep the
time when we
gaslighting for
continue to
yourself.
see an assault on rights, this very basic fundamental right is one that I think it
Yeah,
is
she got
just
the
so
Canadian tuxedo
apropos
on today.
for our own Los Angeles Public Library
not wearing
Department
black. It's amazing.
continues to remain at the forefront, giving access to those that can't. You have not only been no wrong door for Angelinos, you are now no wrong
Yeah, I'm
door
free
for
to lick her
everyone else
pussy.
in the
That's it.
country
Get on my
who
knees
is
and lick it.
currently being denied access to intellectual freedom, to read what they choose, and frankly, to be seen in literature and to tell the history that is so often
Keep
redacted
beating on it. That's gonna make
in
it
so
more
many history books.
stronger.
We are availing the opportunity for communities of color, for the LGBTQ plus community, for all citizens here in Los Angeles and across this nation.
thought it was about
to be
books.
seen, to be heard.
Now it's
and to
about
be understood.
LGBTQIA
So for that,
plus
I just want
to
say
the third
thank
power.
You, colleagues, if you would please join me in thanking our LA Public Library Department, and most importantly, continuing to uplift what is great about Los Angeles.
What is it? Is
that
it
we
books,
continue to
or is it
be
the
that
LGBT
availing
community? Which
of
is it?
Intellectual freedom and access.
Enough already.
Unfettered to not just Angelinos, but to residents and people across this nation. Thank you so much for helping us celebrate Banned Books Week.
Yeah, to Pi 3.4.
On behalf of the Los Angeles City
3.14.
Council, thank you for your continued work in providing that access and intellectual freedom as a beacon of democracy here in this country.
So essentially,
You are
yes,
leading
we
by
want the
example.
gay
Thank
books
you all
back in
so
there
much.
so little kids can read about sucking dick and all that. So that's basically what this was about. It wasn't about all books. No, obviously, you saw how they
Thank you.
kind of just
Councilmember
took it right at the
Rodriguez,
end. It was
and,
straight.
to Mr.
Meow.
Zabo and all the men and women
Meow.
who make the LA Public Library
Okay.
the greatest library in this country.
And again, the libraries
thank
have
you.
nothing
We're
to do
all
with
so
being
grateful
gay,
for you.
straight, or bisexual.
Even after,
Nothing. It should have nothing to do with
repeatedly
it.
telling my constituents
There's no
again and
straight
again
flag,
and
so there
again
should be no
how
gay
many
flag.
services are offered at
Okay?
the LA Public Library.
Sexuality
and how
has
many
no
things they have
part in
access to.
school
It surprises me
or
that
in
even
your
now,
library.
Every time I communicate,
In
about
my
that,
opinion.
people are surprised to learn
Go
how
to
much
read.
is available to them.
That's
at
what
the
you go to
library.
read.
And so,
If you read
I
about
just urge
sexuality,
everybody
then
to go
that's
to the
on
LA
you.
Public Library's website.
But force
explore it,
sexuality-
roam around, discover the great
Forcing
schools
me
that are
to
available.
to praise
It's
your
not just about books
sexuality,
anymore.
you got to be
And
fucking
so,
kidding me.
Thank you very much for your.
And I'll give a shit about the community there when they figure out who matters to them. Because every single week there's a new letter, a new dot, a new slash, a new parentheses added on. Apparently those people didn't matter a month ago to their very same group. Now they matter. They didn't matter before because I remember it was LGBT. Then it became QIA. So how come QIA plus and all that came so far after? How come they didn't matter to your own group? I'm asking you that. So when you figure it out and you stop adding letters, maybe then I'll respect you.
President, for indulging me.
Then I'll
I'm
start to
very
say,
excited
okay,
that
you're
today
done,
we
we're
have
ready, let's go.
members of my very
'Cause you can't even
special
figure
alma
out. I
mater,
get it, though. I
Occidental College,
understand.
in the
You're
audience
not
today.
all
They
mentally
are,
there. You
20
know,
students from
I
Professor
understand
Freer's politics class, and they are here to join to watch public comment and observe public comment here in council chambers today. And
Yeah, I'm drinking
welcome
coffee.
to your Los Angeles City Hall.
Uh-oh. Here's the kids. Get the gay books
All right,
ready
stand
for
up,
the
guys.
kids.
Stand up and be recognized.
Stand up. They don't want to be recognized. They don't want to be caught
Come
on their
Tigers.
social
Get
medias
up.
there.
Thank you.
Like, fuck, man. Make sure nobody sees my face. I'm checking the back. Like,
Welcome to our chambers. Thank you, council member.
wait until Mr. Herman speaks.
All right, we're ready to begin public comment, so I'm going to call
Talvish, thank you so
a
much.
number of names, and as I call your name,
Who's
I'd
that? Oh, it's
ask
gotta
that
be
you
Cat.
come over
Cat,
to the
thank you so much for
left-hand
that
side of the
amazing
chambers.
dodo.
But before I do that, Mr. Clerk and Mr. City Attorney, if you could please read in our instructions, and we'll go to the phones after the comment here.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Cat.
you, Mr. President. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing
Your
to offer
boyfriend's
public
not there
comment should
right
call
now. Tom, thank you as well.
254-5252.
Andrea, thank you. And Michelle,
use meeting
thank
ID
you.
number 160-535-8466.
You wanna call in, guys? There's the
and
number.
Then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for a participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to
You know,
request
focus,
to
I'm
speak.
all right with that.
When it is your
They
turn to
can be
speak,
that.
An automated Zoom voice
Just don't
will ask
push
you to
it on
press
everybody.
Star 6 to unmute.
They should
Let
have
me
every
repeat.
right that I
Call
have. I'm not saying that.
5254.
It's just the fact that they push it on people,
5252,
especially
and use meeting ID
kids.
number
Leave the fucking kids alone.
160-5335,
Until they're in high school, don't ever talk to a
8466,
kid about
and then
sex.
press pound.
I don't care who you
Then
are.
press pound
Until
again
they're
and
in
prompt the
high
participant ID.
school.
Once admitted into the meeting,
Not in
press
elementary
star 9 to
school,
request to
not
speak.
in junior high, and I
When it
don't
is
care
your
if
turn
they're
to speak,
straight,
an automated voice
bisexual,
will
or
ask
gay.
you to
There
press
shouldn't be
star
no
6 to
talk.
unmute.
At that point, I don't care if you're talking to
People
them
providing
sexually
public
about
comment,
straight
when
sex.
it is
You're
your turn
you're
to
grooming
speak,
them.
either at
So
the
leave it
podium
alone.
or on
Leave
the
them
phone,
alone.
please state which of the agenda items you would like to
Amy,
speak on.
thank you so much,
and
Amy.
Or whether you want to provide general public comment. You will have 1 minute.
Amy
per
Boadu,
item
thank
to
you so
speak,
much. You rock.
Up to 3 minutes total.
And that's just
for
my
the items
opinion on
open for public comment.
You should be happy
And
you're gay, be
1 minute
free,
for general
be
public
fun. You
comment.
should have every right that I
Please
have.
speak to the
And I mean
items
everyone.
before beginning general public
But don't do
comment.
that to the kids.
We will tell you
That's
when
my
your time is
opinion.
up.
That's it.
When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on
Did
topic.
he get a haircut, guys?
Our
He
goal
definitely
is to
got a
get through
haircut.
as many speakers as we can.
He cut
if
his
you are
shit
not
up.
on topic,
Make
or
make
if
his
we
head
cannot
look
tell
smaller
whether
and
you
shit.
are on topic, you will get one
Less hair,
brief
smaller
warning
head.
from me or the president. At that point, you need to immediately and clearly get on topic.
I mean, bro, that's the
If
most
you do not
combed
do
I've ever
so,
seen it.
Or if you again stray off topic,
So he's got the bad
you will
head.
forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next
What's up,
speaker.
dead poet?
The items open for public comment
Morgan.
are 31 through 41. Item number 1 has been
Crowley,
continued
thank you
to
so much for the
October 31st.
22 months.
You may, of course, speak to any of the other items or
Welcome
anything
back for
else
more
in the
time,
city's
Crowley. Thank you
subject
so
matter
much.
jurisdiction during your 1 minute of general public comment. For members of the public calling in,
Fear my haircut.
when it is your turn to speak, an
I'm gonna
automated
try to double
message from
heat this,
Zoom will prompt you
same
to press
bowl. Let's
star
see what it
6
tastes
to
like.
unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. At that point, you need to immediately unmute yourself, or you will unfortunately
old school
forfeit your
paisley
time,
tie from the
and we will
90s?
move on to the next speaker.
That's like a 90s tie. What do you guys
Finally,
think?
because of a brief time delay between the live
That's
meeting
not a new
and the
tie.
broadcast,
I don't know. Might be
two
new to
things
him.
are important.
Looks
First,
vintage.
while waiting for your turn to speak, please keep one ear to the phone so you can hear in real time
Megan?
when it is your turn to press star 6 to unmute. Second, if you are listening to the meeting on other devices, please turn down the volume on those devices immediately when it
Ugly
is your
tie.
turn to speak.
Goodwill tie.
Between the time delay and feedback, it will
Ugly
cause a
tie,
great deal of
libtard
confusion
tie.
if you continue to listen on those other devices. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to call out a number of names. You don't need to speak in the order that I call you, but please don't come up to the side until I call your name, just so we don't have people too crowded over there. John Scudder, Ada Murillo, Arnold Sachs,
Yeah.
Cecil Griffin, Ian Jameson, Andrew Grabner,
Oh, yeah. Guys, get it up now.
And just
Under
the
or
letter
over
J.
20. Under or over 20. Put it in the chat room. Because he's next. Under or over 20.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on?
Sure. My name's John Scudder. I wanted to speak on item number 5, which I believe is 230846, in regards to the travel committee and the ban on cashless retail businesses.
Item number 5 is not open for public comment, but you can speak to it during general public comment, so you have 1 minute.
Give me 1 second, because I really wanted to speak on that, and I had something else for general. John Scudder, United States Marine Corps veteran. I am a business owner. I own
Thank you
Coffee
for your
Express. I
service.
also own Detail Express Construction. In regards to the banless cash, I was here 2 weeks ago because we had. I'm a legal street vendor, one of 240. Hint, hint. Out of the 5,000 that are illegal, of the vendors being robbed, and the cashless is the way to go to eliminate that. So I'm against that. On the general aspects of it, DeLeon, you asked for a bid. I'm a state licensed contractor. I told you I'm in my area. I talk to inspectors all the time across the hall. I come to your office every time. You never return the call. You haven't ever got a bid. And Mr. Price, you've taken many pictures. I've come to your office dirty in my construction trucks and clothes. We've never got a bid from you either to do work in your district. And I am a disabled veteran-owned business, and I am registered with the federal government as an SDVOB, a service-disabled veteran-owned
I'm sorry, your time has expired?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your
And
service,
thank you for
man.
your service.
I care
Next
more
speaker, please.
about you than they do. Hopefully he goes over there and at least talks to the man. At least go talk to the fucking guy. I'm going to go talk to him.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's see. We have 35, 38, 37, 34, and general comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
All right. 34 is lighting up City Hall for Clean Energy Action Month on September 30th, 2023, which, as we all know, has not actually happened yet. As we all know, October 3rd comes before September 30th. So why don't we actually do something to actually, like, try to do something good for the climate, try to stop climate change, things like that. I know YC Strike's been here numerous times to give you suggestions, even just, installing like a climate clock in council chambers. But all you do is light up City Hall. That's all you do. That's all you know how to do, unless I'm not when it's something good. You just light up City Hall and, throw out another $250 or whatever it is out down the drain for no good reason. Well, when you actually could have been doing something to help stop climate change. 35 is a motion from Kevin De Leon and City Staffer B for community special event services in CD14. It includes examples like, things like the tree lightings. And many of you may have remembered that during the one of his tree lightings last year, he assaulted Jason Reedy. And so you're funding more events like that so that KDL can continue to assault more members of the public. But of course, I think number of you defended KDL because you're all racist just like him, and so you're willing, like Monica Rodriguez, who called Jason a terrorist. I think even you defended Kevin, Paul. So you just want to give more money for his more opportunities for Kevin to assault people. 37. Lighting up City Hall for domestic violence awareness. So we have we have a number of what is it, like 40% of cops that beat up their wives. So yeah, you have more opportunities for the. So why don't you talk about that? Why don't you do something about that? And every time there's like domestic violence, things like that, the cops always go after the person who was attacked instead of the person who was, like, if a man attacks a woman, that they arrest the woman who was attacked. Things like that. But hey, at least you're lighting up City Hall for domestic violence awareness. Let's see. We have 38, so beautification in CD2. Another one seconded by City Staffer B. Yeah. So maybe
General
you can
public
beautify CD2 by resigning, Paul. The general comment. Well, I guess it's finally been confirmed that your City Staffer B, John. We all knew that, but you kept denying it. So, yeah, but at the end of the day, Vegas? You just went to Vegas? No offense to, my grandmother and uncle live there, but, but what? You just went to Vegas? Like, you're not even good at this stuff. It's like, it's hot, it's kind of miserable there. Like, you could have gone somewhere more exciting. You just went to Vegas, and now you're getting, now your career's over because of it. Kevin, you need to resign. And we're coming up on the anniversary. You need to go.
31 Jesus Christ, my man. 31 of them. 31.
Speaker, please. Good morning.
Good morning, council members.
You counted 34?
My name is
I
Cecil
don't know
Griffin,
about that.
and I am here with the
don't matter.
Parks and Recreation or park monitors. And we're here to ask for your assistance for the film office. We're trying to negotiate a better contract. Unfortunately, we're stuck with, having to drive our own vehicles and not getting paid mileage. We're also asking that if you could help us assist with a better salary. The average industry is about $38 an hour, and we're way behind that. So I'm asking for your assistance in helping us secure a better contract. Pretty much that's it. Thank you.
I'm not sure if that's
Thank
a
you,
record.
sir.
I can't,
Next
can't
speaker.
tell you confirm. Uh-oh. He's got a sidebar. Say something. What's he doing over there? I'll log it.
Ian Jameson, general public comment. 3.5 years ago, Rob Kwan told me that John Lee would be indicted for his failure as Mitch Englander's chief of staff to report the Las Vegas prostitutes and lavish meals on his 700 forms. So yesterday's ethics violation comes as no surprise to me, and I look forward very much to seeing you go to prison, sir. You guys are being handed indictments and ethics violations practically on a weekly basis, and yet you continue to fire desperately needed public servants for their refusal to comply with an illegal, unconstitutional, pseudoscientific, nonsensical COVID vaccine mandate in the absence of any COVID emergencies anywhere in this country. Los Angeles City Hall needs an enema to flush all of you fucking turds the fuck out. End the fucking mandate.
Damn, he was right about that one. Shout out to
Next
him.
speaker, please.
Everybody went in on him, told him about the lavish gifts and the hookers.
Good morning.
Good morning.
morning.
If you could please
There's
remind
one,
us of
Billy.
the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
There's one who
It's
paid
Ada
attention.
Murillo, general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Mic drop.
Good morning, council members. I'm here today on behalf of ASME, Local 3090.
Ask you?
Once again, I'm the vice president. I represent over 6,000 members, 90 different classifications in the city of LA. I'm here to tell you, thank you. Thank you for helping us in our labor movement. Thank you for the meetings that we have had, Mr. McCosker, Eunices Hernandez, who else has met with us? Hugo Soto Martinez. Thank you so much for listening to us. We do have a lot of concerns. We are going through negotiations. Just remember your unions. Remember that we are hard workers and that we do a lot. So please share some of the wealth with your labor unions. Thank you.
Steve, they're talking
Thank you
about the
very
guy
much.
right there
Next
in the
speaker, please.
like the blue-gray. He's the second one over. He's the Asian fellow. Of course, they changed the camera angle, so. Mr. Sachs. This guy is who they're talking about right here.
Good morning. Which of the items would you like to speak on?
31,
right here.
34, 37, 39, and public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Okay. Item 31 refers to celebration of Maya History Month, History Week. I think it should be M-A-Y-A-N. It's Mayan, not Maya. Maya Rudolph? Mayan art. Maybe Mayan Aztec art. I don't know. Just thinking. Number 34 refers to Clean Energy Month. The air in LA, they've been fighting smog for over 60, 70 years.
Spindler.
It's some of the worst air in the country. They have written numerous newspaper articles about how crappy the air is. If you had a butter knife, you could cut some of the air and eat it. That's just an observation. Number 37 refers to municipal issued city bonds. They say they're municipal issued corporate bonds, but they used $1 million of muni bonds, municipal issued city of Los Angeles bonds, to build the building right here at the corner of First and Grand Avenue. The supposed to be related, the Grand, but it's not related cause, it's just related. It's all fucked up. They stole $1 million, and now they've changed it from corporate. Los Angeles is already a corporate city. They were municipal issued City of Los Angeles revenue bonds. They're the best bonds to use to renovate houses. It wouldn't cost very much. Number 39. Well, it refers to CEQA. Again, the devil is in the detail. It's California Environmental Quality Act. But I have a document over here that says state CEQA guidelines. That's different than California Quality Act. It's state California Quality Act. State California Environmental Quality Act. You don't need to have a state in front of the California CEQA. If you have a state, it could be any state. It could be a state of confusion. Who the fuck knows? They haven't updated CEQA laws or the part of CEQA in over 70 years. That's why the air is so fucked up. Nobody cares a shit. Are you going green? No. You're not going green, you're going brown, you're going black. We're going to go out, we're going to have to put... So now I can get my public comment, sir? Thank you.
Yes, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Now back to the new normal. By the way, are you ever going to put a museum up about the KKK that you brought into city council chambers with an African American dressed up as a grand wizard for the KKK in city council? It's the only chambers in the whole stinking country that ever had a guy get dressed up in a KKK outfit who happened to be an African American. And now you're talking about reparations. It's so fucked up. Reminds me of that movie Training Day. Yeah, and it also reminds me of the retirement ceremony you held here in city council chambers for a state official. How fucked up was that? Maybe you could you could get some Apple chips to use as part of the program to stop some of these smash and grab items.
Thank you. Thank you. Your
Some
time's
apple
expired,
chips.
Mr. Sachs. Thank you very much. I'm going to call a few more
Mr.
names.
Sachs, I love you.
Sachs,
You're my
please have a
favorite.
seat. Please
I
have
need
a
to
seat.
explain
Your time
something
is
to you.
expired. Please have a seat.
These
or
are
you'll be
Democrats,
removed.
all of them, Mr. Sachs.
Okay, I'm going to call a few
Who
more
created
names.
the
Mr. Sachs,
KKK?
stop shouting out. You're disrupting the meeting. That's your only warning.
That was the Democrats.
All right. Before we go, before
So
we
the
go to our next
Dixiecrats
speaker,
created
we have the correction
the KKK.
that Mr.
That's why they
Cerro
had him
Martinez
in
had
there.
mentioned on item number 9.
Mr. Sachs?
That has now
Because they created the KKK.
written
It was
up,
to
and
suppress
I'd like the
Republican and
city
black
attorney
voting.
to go ahead and read that.
Know your history.
So that we can have that before us before we complete public comment. So go right ahead.
So the motion reads, and it's with regards to item number 9, that I move that item number 9 be amended to adopt the following revised recommendation.
What's up,
And
Diamond
this is
D?
with regards to recommendation number 2.
I like his haircut.
It says,
He's got a
adopt
widow
the
peak
zone
going.
variance findings as modified by the Planning and Land Use Management Committee at its September 19th, 2023 meeting as the findings of council, and which have been uploaded to City Council file number 23-0576
I don't see Mr. Herman's guy.
in lieu of the findings of the Central Area Planning Commission.
Doesn't mean he won't
And then,
walk
Mr.
in.
President, I
Spindler
would recommend
just
that we
walked
open
in
up
right now, so
public comment
doesn't
on
mean
this
he won't
item
walk
number
in.
9 as well, and that anybody who wanted to speak to item number 9 but has already spoke be allowed to do so.
Is there a second to this motion?
Okay. It was seconded by Councilmember Hernandez.
It's weird how they're going for voting
and
in the
Councilmember
midst of
Blumenfield,
public
I think I heard
comment.
as well. So
Hello? What's going on here?
We'll give that one to Mr. Blumenfield this time. Thank you, Councilmember Hernandez.
Cat, I haven't seen him in there yet.
Yeah, without
Doesn't
objection.
mean he's not there, though. They haven't showed
as
too much
the
of the
city
crowd.
attorney
Hopefully
mentioned,
he's
if
there.
people
It's
wish
good to
to
see you,
speak
Cat.
about this
Thank
item,
you
it's
again.
open for public comment as well. So I'm going to call a few more names.
Better call a lot more names. You only
Chuck
talked to
Trujillo,
3 people.
Jennifer Fay, Rick Money,
Mr. Spindler.
Robert Lovelace,
Goat Boy.
Stacy Cigar Bollinger,
Ooh, 12-time Grammy Award winner.
Ben Carter, Spindler, and Herman.
Yes. See? You see? You
Just
see?
for members of the
He's
public,
in there.
the items that are
He
open
signed
for
his
public
name
comment,
up.
one more time, is
And
9
Herman.
and 31 through 40. So, good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you
here we
signed
go.
up under
She's
and
great.
the items you would like to speak on.
J, for general public comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
This is in regard to the Blue Line train leaving from Los Angeles going down to Long Beach.
about 2,000, and another train that's miles below that
J for General,
Blue
yes.
Line train. About 2017, somebody made the comment that when they were working on the Blue Line train, they cut it down, but they were working on the train way below it, miles and miles below that. The second train that is miles below that, I don't know if it's true, I just heard somebody say there is a second train below the Blue Line train, miles below. They were working on that instead of the Blue Line train. I believe the second train is causing the cracks to the sidewalks and also the cracks to the streets. And I ask that this second train be closed down, if that's possible. Please close that down, especially since it's contributing to the cracks in the sidewalks and the cracks in the roads. They're not getting better, they're getting worse daily. The cracks are getting a little wider at a time.
You're not giving crack away today.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
What time is it? It's 5 o'clock.
Did I miss the 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Good morning.
Good morning, City Council. Jennifer Fay, General Public Comment.
You'll have 1 minute.
I am a park activity film monitor for Recreation and Parks. When our office is busy, we generate over $1 million per month for the City of Los Angeles. Yet as monitors, we are currently only making $880 a month. Quite often, our film shifts are over 8 hours, yet we are not paid overtime. We are required to be on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day if we want to keep our medical benefits. Yet right now, we are only getting 10 hours of work per week. We are required to drive to 569 different locations using our own vehicle to drive all the way to parks from San Pedro to Chatsworth, yet we do not get mileage. The film industry standard hourly rate for site reps is $38 an hour, yet we are only paid $22 an hour. We need a big change, and we are asking for your help. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love
Next
it. So
speaker,
she
please.
only works 10 hours a week, but she's complaining about having to work overtime.
My name is Chuck Trujillo, public comment.
You'll have 1 minute.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the council once again for hearing us from Park Film Office. And I'd also like to thank you for all the things you endure on Tuesdays. So amazing. And sometimes I get quite offended, I'm sure, as many of the staff and the council and our public, you know, by the language and the actions of some of these people from the public. And I'd like to say publicly that I'd like to complain about that. But I do want to thank you for all your support. I know we're hearing from some of you and reaching out to us, and we appreciate your support. We do have a need at the Park Film Office, as my colleague had just said. The 1040 was another issue that we're limited to 1040 hours per year, and we have to pay our own benefits after that.
He's not Caucasian.
While we're not working, is really hard to meet that bill. So I'd just like to thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you,
All
sir.
kinds of folks working at the Parks and Rec.
Next speaker,
there.
please.
Well, Hollywood does film at parks. You know, a lot of TV shows
morning.
and stuff. You're not, not just
Speaker,
movies.
please remind us the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Rock.
My name is Robert Lovelace. I'm
videos,
speaking on item 6.
music videos,
And
things like that.
let me first say it was not
Okay,
my
item 6 is not available for public comment, but you can speak to it in general public
That's
comment.
Steven
general
Spielberg?
public comment, that's fine. Actually, I had no intention to come down here today, but I was reading through the agenda and I heard that the workforce development report was advancing through the process, and I saw that there were very few people who signed up to speak about the importance of this item. So that's why I'm here. This is an incredible study that you're about to embark on. It has multiple potential. It has great potential to bring together multiple threads that are affecting the development and the future of our city. We as carpenters pride ourselves in our training. And those of you, and many of you around this horseshoe, have been to our training facilities that ring the Los Angeles area. And some of you are aware of the new programs that we're bringing online as alternatives to incarceration, to help people make the transition from homelessness to a career. and also to provide special pathways and support for women who want to join the construction trade. So thank you very
sir.
much for what you're doing today.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Thank you.
Good morning, council members. My name is Rick Montoya, and I'll be speaking on general comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute.
My little baby
Hi,
boy.
yes. So I represent AFSCME Local 3090. I'm the Secretary Treasurer with my sister here and my fellow members. More specifically, I'm going to speak on the fact I'm a police service representative, which is a 911 operator to most people out there. Just picture this for a second. There's a 7-Eleven masked man walks into the store carrying a weapon.
Okay.
Starts to hold up the place. You happen to be in the parking lot watching this. Immediately you jump on your phone, call 911. Someone's in danger. There's police officers right around the corner finishing up their last call, ready to act. Person sitting on hold, still waiting, still waiting. Come on, we need someone here now. Switch that up to someone passed out, a loved one of yours passed out on the floor. You need paramedics. You dial 911. You're still waiting because you're waiting for a police officer, a police service representative like myself to take that call, and before I do, you're not going to get service, and it's not even going to get to the medical professionals. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
They
sir.
don't care.
Next speaker, please.
They don't care how it works. They don't care about the rules.
Good morning.
Speaker, please tell us the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
I'm Ben Carter. I'm here to speak on public general comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute.
I'm here to speak about kindness. Love teaches, hate punishes. The people are being punished to make yourselves feel safer, richer, and more accomplished. But it's just the greed that controls you. It seems as the people we look to create peace are at war within themselves. So I ask that all of you in this room to make decisions out of kindness. With the trust of God, kindness is a natural resource and a form of currency that is infinite. How sustainable is this system if the common man is constant distress? Treated like a cash cow to make the milk for those in position who don't even have the best interest of the public at heart. You look to benefit yourselves and your careers when your purpose is to serve the people. We can sit here and pretend, or we can start making a difference, and it starts with kindness. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next speaker, please.
Too bad you didn't speak right next to Mr. Herman.
Speaker, please tell us which
Oh,
items
here
you'd
we
like to
go.
speak to.
Yes. Well, I'd like to speak on all the goddamn fucking items.
Okay, that's items 9 and items 31 through 40 and items 41. You'll
And
have
then
3 minutes and 1
and
minute
then
for
the-
general public comment.
Yes, what we call the general public comment period. That's what you call it, right? Yes.
Please speak to the items
So
first.
now we get to the most important thing this whole week. Food. Let's see if she looks at food. No, Eunice is not looking. Maybe she's going to go on a diet. Yes. Look at number 9. Look what Hugo's trying to do. Bad Hugo. Trying to stop the people of Hollywood from experiencing the deliciousness of Raising Cane's food. Driving through that drive-thru, smelling those hamburgers and those delicious French fries and shakes. Yum, 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 yum. You want to stop it by denying a drive-thru. What? That's right, human. Look at number 9. We want the drive-thru, damn it. We want to be able to drive through there, and the people of Hollywood want to be able to first smoke a little crack and then go through there and have their food. Let's give the people of Hollywood a hand. That's how you do it. That's right. Yes, that's right. Again, I do not encourage any drug use unless you eat responsibly after consuming the product. Then we get to all of this other evil shit. Let's see here. They have numbers on them. Yes. Let's see what we got here. CD1, a project with the Maya culture. Yes, if only Eunice would wear a mask per CDC guidelines, I could approve number 31, but I must deny it until she gets into compliance. And then CD4, What? A parcel map? Yes, let's see here. Did Ramen Noodle do her hair nice? Yes, we will support it as long as she does her pretty hair. Very good. And then CD7, the Dia de los Muertos celebration by the great one. Yes, Nithya Ramen. No, Rodriguez. Ew! I told you. Ew, my nose. Ew. Yes, I meant Rodriguez. And she wants to celebrate the dead. Yes, that's a good idea, isn't it? Read the Bible. You should celebrate the dead. Cuando lea a los muertos, hay una violación de la Biblia. Hay una mucho Dios a la Dios. No se quiere. Este es la programa de Diablo. El diablo es los muertos, los muertos. No celebración, solo los días. Well, what are you saying? What the fuck did you say? Oh, I just told them I support the item. Real? Yes, you can trust me. I have horns. And now I will go into the general public comment. Let's give John Lee a hand. He has come out of the closet. He is Staffer B. Yay! That's right. He goes to Vegas. He gets $1,000 allegedly in free chips. Gets to gamble. All as you have to do is suck the cock of a developer, and you can get all of these free items. Just open up wide. That's right. Yes, let them build whatever they want. Build in the middle of the freeway. Build, build, build. Like Nithya. Build next to single-family homes. And you too can be a John Lee. But let's not forget something, everybody. Thank you, Dianne Feinstein, for dropping dead. As now we have a lesbian black senator in the U.S. Senate. Now finally I found Kristen Sinema what she always wanted, an in-house girlfriend. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Oh, I love him.
Speaker, please remind us what name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Stacy Segura Bollinger. I'd like to speak on items 9, 35, 36, 37, and general public comment, please.
Okay, you'll have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Great, thank you. Regarding item 9, I really hope this drive-through does not get approved. We don't need drive-throughs at all, but let alone more. We should have a moratorium and a scaling back of drive-throughs, granted what we know about car emissions. And personally, in my neighborhood, there's quite a few drive-throughs between all the fast food restaurants there. And as a pedestrian, they are very hazardous, and people tend to let their cars idle. And one particular burger joint on Van Nuys and Moore Park in Sherman Oaks, they're just always backed up all the way down the street. It's a traffic hazard. And thankfully, our Plum Committee stopped a different fried chicken fast food place from getting a drive-through, which was funny because they swore up and down if we didn't approve their drive-through, then it wouldn't be cost-effective enough for them to open it. Their drive-through got denied, and guess what? They're still going to open their stupid gay-hating chicken restaurant anyway. So 35.
Gay-hating chicken place.
De Leon
Chick-fil-A?
Lee motion. Maybe someone should move to table this one and put some different names on it. We have a racist, and we have someone who has an ethics commission complaint filed against them for a questionable trip to Vegas. You know, I used to live in Vegas. There's not much good you can get into there unless you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You're either a Mormon or you're a gambling addict or an alcoholic if you live in Vegas, if you ask me. What were you doing there, Lee?
Generalize, huh?
Number 37 is let's piss $400 into the wind and light up City Hall for domestic violence awareness. I am a victim of domestic violence. We should make it known that fleeing domestic violence is one of the biggest reasons that women in particular become unhoused. And there's a complete lack of resources for victims of domestic violence in many cities. I've lived in a lot of cities, but particularly in LA, the systems set up are pretty ineffective and hard to get resources from. we have a lot better ways to spend $400 than on some lights. We should end these virtue signals of spending $400 on lights and actually allocate those resources to things that really help people. 36, we're closing a pedestrian undercrossing, I'm guessing because it's one of those really dark tunnels that might tend to be unsafe because it might attract unhoused residents who don't have options as far as shelter. I think it's really a shame that we're closing down what little pedestrian infrastructure we have instead of just prioritizing lights and making it safe and getting anyone who finds they need shelter there more adequate shelter and some real help.
The unhoused are the ones stealing the copper so the light
Moving on to
doesn't
general
work,
public
lady.
comment, I'd like to thank this audience of
Come
young
on,
people for
Stacy.
being here today.
Don't
You
gaslight
should all
us.
know that they are on especially good behavior, and I know it's because you're here generally during public comment. They leave the room, they ignore us, they chit-chat. So thank you for your presence because it's actually made them pay attention. I appreciate y'all being here.
Oh, maybe they are there.
We have a motion that I didn't have a chance to speak on, but I'm glad that Heather Hutt is doing something about the businesses that don't want to take legal tender. To Heather Hutt, I'd like to give a thanks for trying to help the so-called unbanked. Let's implement this statute right away so people can spend cash today. You're not off the hook, Kevin. There's a racist in the chamber still. I don't care, I'll die up on this hill. You all capitulate against our will. It's way past time. Kevin, resign. I hope you got the reference to Cash on that one. Fuck you, Kevin. Get out of here.
Was that Johnny Cash?
Okay, I'm going to call
Walk the line?
again Ada or Ada Murillo and Ben
Shout out to
Carter.
Chick-fil-A.
I want some
They're here.
Chick-fil-A today. I want some Chick-fil-A.
That will then close public
The gay
comment
chicken.
Here in the council chambers.
Wait, what?
And
Herman.
we'll go next to our
Herman.
callers on the phone.
Huh?
So
Wait,
let's
I heard
take our
Herman's
first
name.
caller, and we'll take 15
Everybody
minutes
heard this
of
dude's name.
calls on the phone.
First
caller.
Spindler must have set him
What
up,
items would you like to
signed
speak
him
on?
up when he didn't get there.
Speak of the last four
Maybe I'll
digits,
call in.
7255. Please press *6 to mute yourself.
I've never had their breakfast. I don't go there much, to be honest. It's either chicken or chicken.
Yes, number 36 and general public comment.
50 guns.
You'll have 1 minute for each.
Sounds like 50.
Okay, number 36, the closing of that tunnel. I've already done the footwork on that one there.
Oh, it's not
That
him.
tunnel should be closed in with cement, not gates. There are access water valves for water and power for the lines that they are worried about on either side of that tunnel. And it is a tunnel that is for no good. There is nothing but feces in there.
Feces?
Very dirty. Stretches underneath the 170 and the 5 freeway. It's not, the residents there on either side don't want it because of all the vagrants that go into there and do the drug connections and dealing. They use it as an access tunnel to run from the police. It's just not a good tunnel to have. That tunnel can be closed in with cement at a less cost than building and welding up gates. The cost for welding up the materials and the resources of people that are going to do that work would cost more than putting in cement. That has been done. By
You're in your
Pacoima
general public
Junior
comment
High
now?
School. Okay, let's continue with that. That has been already done by Pacoima Junior High School. Same access tunnel from one side to the other. And it's already been looked into. This has already been in front of City Council chamber. It just needs to be moved forward and get done. But you don't need gates. All you're doing is putting doors for the homeless to live in there. You put cement in there to save you a lot of money. A lot of money. President Krikorian, you're acting like Putin, man. You really are out there doing your own thing at your own will. It's not the way it's supposed to be. It's a democracy. Going out there and giving that lady the information to speak for 3 minutes straight, letting her city attorney, you didn't even intervene and say you're off topic to that lady. You just let them run because the president said, go ahead. Run them together. That's not fair. Not right. Again, 36, Just put cement in.
Your
You don't
time
need
is up,
gates.
speaker.
It'll save the city a lot.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Ah, dumped him. Just slam dunked him. He wasn't finished talking.
Hello?
Which
Hello?
items would you like to speak to?
I'd like to speak to general public comment, please.
All right, you'll have 1 minute.
Thank you. Morning, City Council members. I would like the city to address the growing problem of burglaries that's been impacting small mom and pop businesses and retailers. I just want something to be done to address these problems. These crooks who are breaking into these mom and pop businesses and all the stores, they're hitting up businesses between the hours of 1 a.m. through 5 a.m. And we've seen this happen over and over and over again. I like to see more officers being deployed to areas where they see the most frequent break-ins. And we want something to be done about this because that's going to be a loss of tax revenue if these businesses cannot make money because they are frequently being hit with burglary in their establishment. I like the city to take that into consideration.
Good luck.
Because if businesses close up shop, that's a loss of revenue for the city.
Caller, your time has
and the
expired.
state.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on? Speak with the last
No, I
four
haven't
digits.
gone. I told you today I'm
9519.
going.
Please
I
press
don't
star
go
6
until
to mute
4
yourself.
o'clock. I got to drop off my packages, and I didn't go yesterday.
Yes, how we doing today? This is Jason. I am a smoking scan viewer, and I have a few words there, if you would, please.
Good morning. Which of the items would you like to speak on?
I don't need, I'm sorry about that, brother. I must have a bad connection. That big-ass head you got there is fucking up this communication there. I just need a few minutes, just some general comment there.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Cool, well, all right, I just want to say what's up to my boy Smoking Scan. He had a good stream there. We enjoyed the stream there. Also, the chase was all right the other night. It was cool there. But anyway, a few words for y'all. Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law. There's only one boss in this place, and that is me, the HNIC. Are there any questions?
Shout out to Jason.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Thanks, Jason. Good morning.
All items in general public comment.
Yeah, Bionic, she's
Okay,
following
so the
us
items
on
that are
Smoke
open
Us-
for public
on,
comment are
Instagram.
9 and 31 through 41. So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items first.
Hey there, it's Rob Kwan, and I just want to applaud Kevin De Leon for the audacity of item number 35. This is a $300,000 slush fund for him to pump out stuff into the community. It's really interesting because, you know, the fact that you're not really willing to touch his policy stuff just drives all of his activity to things that you really can't say no to, like things in his district, good things for his community. But then he just goes on to abuse it. And it's just really rich to see Stafford B wants to get in on this thing with you. The lack of specificity or details on exactly how this money is being spent is remarkable. Right now, why he wants all this money right now, in my mind, is politically strategic. He needs to get all of the invites for this thing out ASAP. Because after filing week occurs in November, he is banned from sending out mass communications from his city accounts. So what is he doing now? He's continuing his efforts to pump out invites, things touting his accomplishments to the community. He's even got door hangers right now that his office is going around and knocking on doors and pumping himself out. This is a shameless misuse of city funds that this council previously entertained a motion that was amended to say that a council member that has degraded themselves and been censured by the council would be banned from doing something like this. And it's really interesting. I have a friend who lives in downtown LA, and they get these pieces of lit from Kevin weekly, all the time. But they only get them at their business address. He owns a small business in downtown LA. Everybody in that office building gets these pieces of lit. but she doesn't get any at her house or her apartment in downtown LA. Isn't that really interesting? It's almost like he's just really trying to tailor this stuff to downtown LA to convince all of those local business owners like, hey, Kevin's doing really good work in the community. Now it's just getting even more perverse. There's some items coming up on future agendas where he's trying to hype up Filipino American Heritage Month and awarding something, creating a sign in Eagle Rock for the Filipino community, all great stuff. Do you not think that has anything to do with one of his major opponents in that race being a Filipina? I don't know how shameless you're going to let this guy be and how he conducts himself on his council. It's really remarkable to see the number of you that have been willing to pal around with him and just how far he's going to abuse city resources for his campaign. He's straddling a line, and maybe it's hard to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt, but you're letting him straddle that line. Now, I'd like to move on to my general public comment. Stafford B. Oh boy. I just one find it absolutely rich that Englander pled guilty to at both levels with the Feds and Ethics Commission to much of the same stuff that you're being charged with. Yet when it comes to you, you're saying that this is a trumped up case and that this is like a witch hunt. And you're mad because they're allegedly timing it to harm your 2024 reelection. Bro, do you not realize how they let you get a pass in 2020? The only reason you're fucking on this council still is because they waited until after Election Day and your razor-thin victory to bring cases against England and reveal what happened on your Vegas wrong. Now, John, you should just be very grateful that the Feds didn't go after you, because that August 2017 window has always been fascinating. We still don't have any answers there. Maybe the Ethics Commission is sitting on something. But did you tip off Englander on the federal investigation? That would seem like obstruction of justice.
Mr. Kwan, your time has expired.
They're talking about John Lee, Kasha, not Jose Weezar, but Weezar might be doing the two. Who knows? It was John Lee that was caught yesterday.
DanielGus.substack.com. All items and general public comment.
So you have 3 minutes for the items, and you have 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the
he
items.
knew it was up,
Don't I get an extra minute for item 9?
No, item 9 is open for public comment, so you can speak to it during the 3 minutes for the items if you'd like.
Okay, I'll start my clock now for the clarification. Item number 9, council members, you keep talking about the environment, but a vote in favor of a drive-through enables more carbon emissions, more car exhaust in favor of people just parking their cars and walking in.
No need to be sorry.
If you vote in favor of item 9, you are going against your supposed climate activist equals and support. So if you approve a drive-through, you are against the environment, plain and simple. Item number 39, I conscientiously object to item 39 because it is an item from Eunices Hernandez. I object to anything from Eunices Hernandez because on Friday, she came into city council unmasked despite having COVID, and she violated California Department of Public Health COVID guidelines and CDC guidelines and LA Department of Public Health guidelines.
What a pussy.
And ran the risk, even if you go by her flawed timeline, as I detail at danielgus.substack.com, I object to any item on the agenda, like item 31, because Eunices Hernandez came in and put hundreds of people, city staffers, your guests, Allison Felix, each other, and by extension, thousands of people who they came in contact with. Furthermore, I object to item 31 because Ms. Hernandez over the weekend also went unmasked to public events, even though she ignored California Department of Public Health guidelines, CDC guidelines, LA Department of Public Health guidelines.
You said this
so
already.
I object to item 31 until Ms. Hernandez stands up and explains her actions or simply says, I made a mistake. I apologize. 33.
Talking about her.
Dia de los Muertos, if you want to celebrate the Day of the Dead, then you should consider the risk that Ms. Hernandez put everybody in when she came to City Council last Friday unmasked while still ignoring COVID guidelines. She put all of you, she put all of your honorees, and she put everyone at risk because of that. So if you want to go with item number 33, celebrating the dead, stand up and applaud Eunice Hernandez because she nudged every single person she came in contact with on Friday and everybody who they came in contact with a little closer to
General
being
public
dead
comment?
themselves. If Ms. Hernandez wants to apologize, danielgus.substack.com, and I detail that Ms. Hernandez's flawed timeline, she won't explain why she says she tested positive for COVID on the 23rd, but didn't announce it until the evening of the 25th. Now, all of you council members didn't seem to have trouble being inches away from Eunice Hernandez's face. Is it because you knew that she maybe didn't have COVID? Why would you knowingly expose yourself to someone who was still considered contagious or a high risk of transmitting it to yourselves? So what happened here? What happened? If Ms. Hernandez just says, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, she won't do it again, I'll drop this point, and then we could all move forward, but she needs to accept responsibility for putting the public and everybody else in that room at risk.
Caller,
and
your time has
attending
expired. Next
public
caller.
events unmasked.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak
He
on?
is mentally ill, dude. It's one of those COVIDiots.
Yeah, I'd like to speak on 34.
Sad to
35,
see what
and
it's done
general
to these
public
people's
comment.
minds.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the items 34
Warped
and
his mind.
35, and 1 minute for general
That's who they're
public
talking
comment.
about, this guy
Please
here,
begin with
John
the items
Lee.
first.
This guy, Kasha.
I'd like to start with 34.
This is the guy they're talking about, Kasha.
Lighting up City Hall for Clean Energy Action Month. To the Occidental students in the audience, I think today is a great day for you to be here. You can really get a look at the sort of toothless performative nature of this city council and the craven politics that they practice. This is a great example. We are lighting up City Hall, and yet we have a city council that refuses to implement a mobility plan that was voted on years ago while people get killed in the streets. We have a city council that, instead of closing oil wells and drilling in our city immediately, kicks it 20 years down the line. These are the sort of, excused by pronouncements of pragmatism, but really they don't give a fuck about you or your future. I think Rob Kwan detailed very well 35. We have Kevin De Leon seconded by John Lee under ethics investigations to basically use city money as a slush fund for his election campaign because everyone knows he's a racist piece of shit. And yet the city council and the silence of the other members on the city council, their complicity in allowing this to happen. And you have, John Lee, the idea that he's even being allowed to be on this council. Every single person on this council.
So,
has
caller,
known
I'm not
that
sure
he was
which of
city
the items you're
staffer based-
speaking on. Can you please remind me which item you're
I'm
speaking
speaking
to?
on number. I'm speaking on number 35, and I'm speaking to the problem of its seconder. Okay, please do not interrupt me again. Thank you. So we have, we have De Leon and Lee, please go read the FBI indictments of his boss Englander. Please go read the ethics complaint. This is a guy who should be nowhere near city government, and here he is being allowed to second motion for a racist piece of shit who was recorded on
General public comment.
right? And what else was on that tape? Was Heather Hutt being called a puppet. The reasons for her being on this council, we know, are because she was a controllable vote for Kevin and his racist cronies. We also have Curran Price, who is currently indicted and being allowed to sit in council as the president pro tem by Paul Krikorian. So you Occidental students, you guys are really, you have a city council of John Lee, ethics complaints, Heather Hutt, a puppet, Curran Price, indicted, Kevin De Leon, racist, Monica Rodriguez, probably Kevin De Leon's greatest enabler, who introduced you today, a really, really great introduction to city council politics, and Paul Krikorian, who oversees it all and allows these people to continue to sit on committees and continue to make important decisions for this city. So I hope that you all take away from today, and if you get FaceTime with any of these people after the meeting, please, you should really ask them some pointed questions.
Okay, thank you.
I
We'll
agree,
take one
Mike,
more
Mrs.
caller,
the
and then
Fairway.
that'll close public comment.
Or
One more caller, please.
Kasha Parr, thank you so much
Final
for the nice
caller.
dono.
What items would you like to speak on?
Thank you, Kasha. I love Kasha, by the way. My grandma used to
Hello?
make it all the time.
Yes, we
Kasha's
can hear
great.
you. Which of the items would you like to speak on?
35, 36, 35, 37, and 38 in general.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items first.
So, 35, the Cowardly Lions, Kevin De Leon. He effectively banned unhoused people like me from City Hall and Union
Didn't
Station.
change anything, Hoosier.
And he'll soon attempt to ban motorhomes,
Didn't change
some
anything.
of the only affordable housing units in his district, since Huizar built 20,000 unaffordable units over a decade with less than 3% affordable units. Kevin De Leon, you really don't want to see us or hear from us at all. And that's fine. It's mutual. We don't want to see you or hear from you. Now that Katzenberg gave you some cash, you can repay Buck's victim survivors back. Can we ban all these motions signed by racists and criminals? Can we ban all anti-human bans and live up to being a sanctuary city?
It is, Randy.
37, domestic violence at City Hall. Home is supposed to be a sanctuary. Domestic violence made me homeless when I was a kid. The word domestic comes from domus, the Latin word for home. Homelessness in this abundantly resourced city of LA is domestic violence. The choices that you, city council members, make with your votes to torment displaced victims of domestic violence for warrantless destruction of our belongings and shelters and further displacement and destitution. You call domestic violence care and care plus. It's hypocritical and performative for you to get up and talk about book bans being unjust when you ban people from City Hall. For LA Public Library, for my general public comment, I want to call out LA Public Library for being silent while LAMC Section
General public
4118 was passed that banned us from the library. So you're talking about your library so great because you don't ban books, but you ban homeless people. Kevin De Leon, resign. Paul Krikorian, you should not be leading an ethics committee or any redistricting or governmental relations. You moved your homes during redistricting. Okay? That's all. Thank you.
So we should have the homeless person sitting next to the little kid who's actually trying
All
to
right,
learn.
that will close
do
public
something with their
comment on
life,
all
right?
agenda
Makes
items
sense.
and close
And
general
when someone
public
needs to use the
comments.
restroom, they got to wait
So
for the homeless
we
person
will
to
now
stop
move
shooting up
next
or to come
the
to after
items,
the, the drugs have wore off.
Items 31 through 40,
I got
Mr.
it.
Clerk.
Understand.
That is correct, sir.
Okay.
How many homeless
So,
people do you have in
those
your
items
house,
are
lady?
Now before us, members, items 31 through 40. I see no members wishing to be heard.
None.
So let's go ahead and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
15 ayes.
Mr. President, there is a request to send item 39 forthwith.
Without objection, that'll be the order. What's next?
Then the council may now consider items 11 and 12, called
Okay.
special by Councilmember Price for recusal.
Very good. I'd like to ask Councilmember Price to exit the chamber, and let's take him off the board,
Yes,
and then we'll
Melbourne. I was
be
glad he didn't.
ready to
It would've been
proceed.
so gross. It would have made me gag. It almost made me gag. It was
Mr.
gross.
Price has now left the chamber, so on items 11 and 12, let's go ahead and open the roll,
Close the roll. It's all yeses.
close the roll,
bet.
and tabulate the votes.
All up,
14
up.
ayes.
Must be. I
Very
must be
good.
psychic.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, next item.
The council may now vote on item 21 for a separate vote.
What do you guys think?
called special
All
by
yeses coming
Councilmember
up on the
Soto
next vote?
Martinez.
Very good. Item
Let's see.
21 is now before us. Do any members wish to be heard?
I say
Seeing
all
none,
yeses.
Let's go ahead and open the roll. Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
Oh, man, there's a couple no's.
13 ayes, 2 noes.
Oh, there's a couple.
Okay.
No. Who said no? Hernandez.
next
Oh,
item,
the
Mr.
Cove
Clerk.
idiot, and what's
The
the other
council
one?
may now
What's the other
consider
one?
item 3, called special by Councilmember McCosker for comments.
Martinez. Soto Martinez.
I think that was item number 3. Mr. McCosker, are you prepared to comment on that item?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Sure.
This is an opportunity for us to move forward with another Jedi Zone. I had a
what?
chance this week, actually, to walk 2 Jedi Zones in the city of LA. One on Wilmington Boulevard in Watts,
are we
and
talking
the other
about?
on Avalon in Wilmington, and speak with business owners and property owners. I have seen that there are great opportunities for us to build up underrepresented areas, underperforming areas, places where we need the jobs, we need to activate storefronts. And the opportunities that we have with the Jedi Zone are to connect employers with employees, to assist in resolving issues of code violations, for example, make sure that we are having good, safe workplaces, to improve street frontages, to improve just the look of businesses. And there is just a great opportunity for us here. And I appreciate all of the work that's gone into this proposal, and I would just urge an aye vote.
Thank you very much. I see no other members wishing to be heard, so let's go ahead and open the roll. Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
15 ayes.
Thank you. That'll bring us next
What was he
to
doing back
items
there?
17 through 19,
Some
which
Mr.
were
Spindler
called
doing
special
something.
by Councilmember Soto Martinez. Councilmember.
Thank you so much, Council President. First of all, I want to thank my fellow colleagues, Councilmember Kosker, for being part of me in partnership with many of these motions, and also Councilmember Hutt, Harris Dawson, Blumenfield, and Yaroslavsky for seconding many of these motions. These motions are about some of the most serious issues facing our city, and that's wage theft. We know that studies have been done and shown that on a yearly basis, working Angelenos lose about $1.4 billion a year, which is an average about $27 million a week.
How much are we losing in
We know that
taxation?
this disproportionately affects women, people of color, and some of the most working poor
Which
of our
affects
city.
everybody
So when we're talking about the
who
issues
works
that we're
anyways.
facing in our city of homelessness, of poverty, of evictions that are happening across the city, this is truly, in my opinion, the difference between someone staying in their home or not, being able to take their family out to eat or not, or even having some of the simple luxuries of the city. And I think it also enables those unscrupulous employers to take advantage of folks. If they know that these issues are not being looked at or addressed by our city, it allows for some of the very egregious examples we've seen over the decades. And so putting these motions together, I think, sends a very strong message to the working folks of the city that we care about the issues that they face. And also sending a message to those employers that take advantage of folks and say that the city is going to be looking at that.
Yeah, it's an
and enforcing
oppression
it. And so
oppression
we still
tax.
got a lot of work to do on these issues, but I think this is a great first step. And I look forward to making this something that is permanent in the city, and I think it makes the city good for everyone. So
they
I
always have
urge,
to gaslight into
Thank you very much.
into race or into gender,
I see no other members wishing
sexuality.
to be heard on these items.
That's how they do. They
So
pander
on
to
17
everybody
through 19, let's
to pretend they
open the roll.
care about these folks. Then the dumb folks
Close the roll
vote
and
for him. Oh, he
tabulate the
cares
votes.
about me. And then this
15 ayes.
happens, and then we laugh at
Thank
those
you.
folks,
That
and
will bring
here
up
we are.
next item number 9, which was amended by the motion by Mr. Soto Martinez, which was read
Shout
into
out
the
to
record
Krikorian.
earlier.
You
son of a bitch!
We don't need to vote separately on the motion, right? We can take up the matter as amended. Is that right?
That is
Yes.
correct, sir.
Okay, very good. So on that item, if there's no members wishing to be heard, let's open
What's
the roll.
tomorrow, Brock? What are you talking about?
Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
15 ayes.
Very good. Mr. Clerk, does that now complete the open session items before
At
the
a rapid
council?
pace, Nunya.
That is correct, sir. The council will now proceed to closed session.
All right, and we will now do so. Oh, before we do, Councilmember Rodriguez.
But
33
I don't think
forthwith.
they're going to miss it because they
Can you
don't
say it
know
again,
what
please?
it is. Stop
33
it. They could care
33
less about the
forthwith.
people that
Without
fought
objection,
for it.
That will be the order.
So they just want to bend
All right,
over because
let's,
that's what they do.
The council will now
They
recess
enjoy being
into
fucked.
closed session. So,
So if someone
I could
enjoys being
ask the
fucked, I'm
members
not
of the
going to
public
bother them.
who are here in the chambers.
But the
to
problem
get
is
these
there's a
exit
lot of those
chambers.
dummies.
And just for the record, the
a lot of brainwashed
basis for the
idiots.
closed session is Government Code Section
Uh-oh, they're kicking us out?
54956.9 D2
The fuck?
and E1.
Very good. Thank you.
Great. They closed the session, guys, so I guess that's it for today. Hold on, I got to stop the music because, again, I got a copyright strike for America the Beautiful. So, yeah, they just went to closed session. Basically, they've kicked everybody out. It's kind of how it works, ladies and gentlemen. So they can go and do their baloney of behind-the-scenes ass licking each other and shit. Well, if you lick my asshole and I lick your asshole, then you come over here and then you can be like the human train, like, you know. Let's go take a look at First Responders Media. You want to see what's really happening, ladies and gentlemen? Let's take a look. This is live. First Responders Media. Shout out to Taco Joe. This is live from your border in El Paso, Texas. This is live because, again, the border isn't open. And I have a solution, ladies and gentlemen. Is everybody listening? I say fire each and every one of the border agents. Get rid of the entire border patrol. Because at this point, they're nothing but Uber drivers for the illegal aliens. And yes, you are an illegal alien if you come through a hole in a fence and not a legal port of entry, seeking asylum like a normal migrant would. So there is a difference. We need to split hairs here. Okay? It's not an asylum seeker, bro. Learn the fucking difference, Enrico. Okay? Don't give me none of your fucking bullshit pandering to the left garbage. Don't insult my intelligence. Just because you're low intelligence, Enrico, doesn't mean I am, buddy. So, having said that, fire every single one of them, get rid of all of the billions of dollars you're wasting on Border Patrol, and just hire Uber drivers. It'll be much cheaper for us. It'll be much cheaper, I'm telling you. Just have a line of Uber Priuses, and one by one, they'll just come right through. Just like that. I don't know any country that I could walk through where they just count me like that, like duck, duck, goose, duck, duck, goose. Okay, with their backpacks not checked, nothing checked, just come on in. Not one. If I tried to go to Canada and do that right now, I'd be slammed to the ground. Bro, what are you doing? You think you just walking into Canada? Are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking stupid? My face would be slammed into the ground. Okay? So, insane. There's a huge difference. And don't come here and insult my intelligence. This country was founded on immigrants. They came through Ellis Island and other ports of entry that were legal. Claimed asylum, did the naturalization classes, learned the fucking language. These folks are getting shuffled in. And you might as well spit in the face of all the folks, all the migrant asylum seekers that have been waiting 4, 5, 6 years to get their fucking visas that haven't gotten them yet. That these people just already got a visa, got temporary status, and now they'll just go vote. And all the idiots who told me, these people can't vote, David, they've granted them immediate asylum. 500,000 Venezuelans. I'm guessing you missed that story too. So now they got 500,000 more votes. If you don't think that every single one of them is, they're probably handing them a ballot along with the $700 on a plane ticket. This is what you got to do. You want your $700 on a plane ticket? All right, we need you to fill that out really quick. Point there. You're done. Here's your money. Here's that. Go on. We'll see you in 4 years when you come to your hearing, your immigration hearing 4 years later that you'll never show up to. So there you go. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening. Don't insult my intelligence and tell me it's not. It's happening right in front of my fucking face. My eyes don't work very well, but they work good enough to see that. Even fucking Ray Charles can see what's going on. He's dead and blind. Okay? And that's just the way it the fuck is. Okay? And everybody who tells me asylum seeker and all that shit, you know those motherfuckers. You know Enrico ain't got one motherfucking migrant in his house. He ain't gave no money to the local migrant he saw living in the tent down the street. You guys know that, right? You guys know that. Another gaslighting fool. You ain't gave shit. At least I'm over here telling you I don't give a fuck. I'm not over here pretending like these motherfuckers. I care about them. I love them. But I won't do anything for them. I certainly wouldn't keep them in my house. And Enrico, if you're mad, go get a second job or a motherfucking third if you have a second already. And hurry up. I don't want you to keep $1 for yourself. No $4 coffees. No go eating out at McDonald's. No watch getting. No Apple. No phone. No Apple phone. I don't want you to have none of that. I want you to take every dollar of your three jobs and give it straight to the asylum seekers. Asylum seekers. And if you don't do that, you're nothing but a gaslighting punk. Okay? And that's it. And that's how I look at it. Again, my grandparents, immigrants to this country. They paid in 94 years for one of them, 92 on the other. My father was an immigrant to this country and spent time in the U.S. Army. Did everything he needed to do. Didn't just walk through a fucking hole in the wall one day. That didn't happen. Okay? And I was born here. Let's listen to what's going on here. Let's get a little bit of his audio. Okay? So nobody's saying anything about legal immigration, because this is not that. And don't you gaslight me and say it is. This is not legal immigration.
They're pretty quick. Don't want the groups to grow. I've been out here at times. Here, look how much Mexican officials showed up right now, guys. I'll show you guys.
And just so we're really clear, there isn't one Mexican person in that line. Just so we're really, really, really clear. Zero. And I mean not one Mexican. They're not allowed. They're not on the list of approved countries that you can just walk through. Okay? Venezuela, Colombia, Cuba, tons of Europeans, Ukrainians, Russians, Indians from India, all that. Okay, so now this is down. Look, he's on the other side. Okay? More officials sitting around with bigger bellies than myself and shit, doing absolutely nothing, sucking up money on their side.
You looking at my gut?
I just took a little peek.
I saw you.
So
what are you looking at my gut for?
I mean, look at, even on their side, look at that. 20 dudes just standing around doing fucking nothing. Just doing absolutely dick. If I was them, I'd just fire all of them too. You might as well. Look at all the garbage. Do you think these people, these guys right here, these soldiers, came down and dumped all their garbage right there? Do you think the people of Mexico came down and dumped their garbage there? I'm going to tell you who the fuck it was. It was all the migrants already trashing Mexico as they leave it and doing the same thing as they come onto American soil here. In fact, there's a dumpster. You see, hold on, let me move myself. There's a dumpster that comes every day and gets picked up because there's so much garbage. Do you see the dumpster there now, guys? Do you see the dumpster? Let me show you that right there. In case you don't see it, there's a beige dumpster right there. Can you see the beige dumpster? Okay.
It's hot out there.
Look at it. It's filled to the brim every day. The guy comes on a flatbed, picks the motherfucker up, and then takes the other one and drops another one. I mean, dude, that's really what's happening. It's a sad deal. They're already trashing the country as they come in. It's zero respect. I've been to 14 different countries in my life, and I've never gone and thrown any trash on any of their shit. I've been to Mexico. I don't throw garbage on the ground in Mexico. My parents taught me better. I'm not a fucking lowlife. Okay? I don't throw trash in my own country. I've gone to Canada, didn't do that either. Didn't do it in Germany, didn't do it in Italy, didn't do it in Luxembourg, didn't do it in Holland. Didn't do it in France, didn't do it in fucking England, didn't do it in Scotland, didn't do it in fucking Ireland. Okay? Didn't do it. Yet these folks seem to feel the need to do that. It's a sad deal. Where did I visit in Canada? Just through Toronto.
Cleo, thank you so much to keep it.
We were in and out quick. Again, they're not letting you just stay forever. They're worried. Well, what are you doing here? Why are you here? You need to hurry up and get the fuck out of here. And guys, I'm going to link you his page, just you guys, so the ones who don't have this page. This is First Responders Media, Taco Joe. He's fantastic, man. He goes all over the country, from Washington, D.C. to Yuma, Arizona to El Paso. He's from Bakersfield. There's the link. Click like and subscribe on his page. And again, he's just showing you the truth. You don't have to agree with his opinion. Same with mine. You don't have to. I'm not telling you to. But I am going to debate you if I feel that you're gaslighting me. That I will, as you see. You form your own opinion here. Okay? And you can see what's going on. This is not fake. This is absolutely 100% real. You can watch. He's on 2 times, 3 times a day sometimes. Depending, again, it's hot out there, as you can see. Look at him. I mean, this is humane, right? This is a humane way to have people going across the Rio Grande through razor wire. You should have seen them yesterday. They were literally climbing the razor wire. It's wild. It's just fucking wild. So, again, form your own opinion.
So
just don't gaslight me.
Again, guys, as we think the line's gone, it just regrows
Orioles at
again.
Eagle
More
Pass.
People make it to there. You're welcome. How nice to see you too.
They're trashing Pennsylvania. They're doing a lot of trashing in New York and Chicago, but they deserve it. Everybody who voted for that deserve it. And I can't wait till they sit on your front lawn and pitch a tent and then you cry about it. Look at all the garbage. Look, backpacks, see what I mean? They're climbing the razor wire and it's getting caught. You see that? That's why they had to bring the National Guard in. Because they were just climbing the razor wire and it was just enough is enough already, you know?
Yep, they're waiting for more Ubers.
See? Waiting for more Ubers. That's exactly it. See? He agrees with me. He understands. Okay? These Border Patrol are just Uber drivers now. That's an Uber driver. That they are an Uber driver with a weapon that they don't ever use. So again, no reason to have a weapon. You don't use it. You don't pull it. There's no need for it. You're not stopping anything coming into the country. I'm positive of that. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Okay? Be ashamed of what you're doing. And I know, well, I'm just taught to do. Well, again, you should still be ashamed while you're doing it. Yeah. It's a sad deal, man. You want to listen? Yeah, I don't know if they're on. It's been kind of weird with the.
Welcome from
the
channel. Hello to the SNS family.
Yeah, Joe's doing a great job out there. Oh, shit. Let's do this. This way I can have it on and don't have to. There we go. All right, I got them up. We'll see if they're saying anything. I don't think much is going on. Quiet as kept. Yeah, a lot of people tell you it's not happening, and because again, the major media that they watch and that lies to them every day is not telling them. And if that major media company had the nuts or guts to come down here and show them, which they don't and wouldn't, then they'd believe it. But they don't, because that's what's happening. That's really how it works. It's really how it works. 435's got some going on. Yes, they are absolute criminals. These people are criminals as soon as they go through that gate. And let me explain to you why. Again, when you're not coming through a legal port of entry, seeking asylum, you are essentially breaking into a country. That is not legal to do. So then you've already broken a law. You are already a criminal. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
Those ladies right there.
Look at the tent city. Look at the garbage everywhere. Look, hold on. I'm going to remove Stinks' camera for a second. Look at the garbage there. You think they're picking that shit up?
They're out here trying to scare away.
Think so? You think they're picking that up? Tent city. This is humane, right? This is humane.
Mexico, or Mexico.
This is humane, right? Little kids living in tents, literally in a rocky quarry, a rock quarry kind of fucking river ravine. Right next to the Rio Grande, which is right here, the water. Guarantee you there's goddamn mosquitoes probably everywhere popping up. That's fucking moving water. It's hot as fuck out there. There's got to be mosquitoes biting the shit out of them right there. Okay? Remember, that's humane. Come on down. Sit in the ravine with the garbage. Okay? And if you're ballsy enough to hop over the fence, we'll let you in. Otherwise, you just wait and then we'll let you in. Well, I'm not really covering it, John. It's First Responders Media really covering it. We're just taking a look at it. I can't take any credit. Joe works really hard, travels the entire country, and I mean from coast to coast. Okay? Doing what he does, and shout out to him for that, you know. Without him, we wouldn't be seeing this. So it's all Taco Joe. It is none of me. But I'm glad you're joining us. I'm glad you're taking a look at it.
Here's my thing with having the Mexican officials come out here. Why do we need them? If we were to uphold the law on the U.S. side, it's an embarrassment to be asking for them for help.
That's kind of true. It's not kind of. It is.
All we have to do is start putting people
Riverbank.
in
That's what it is. Okay.
Instead of being Uber service for them, once they start arresting people for actually
it's an invasion.
crossing and breaking federal law.
It's an absolute invasion by
all
illegal
this will
immigrants.
stop. It's not going to stop because we are a welcoming committee we have over there. It's a photo op just for
And the
being
people that get
illegal.
angry
We
with
got
my words
Mexico to
know
agree.
why they get angry, because it's the truth. And they, again, I didn't make the saying, the truth hurts.
We can't rely on another country to apply the law for us because we're too scared.
Oh, I don't fund any NGOs. I don't give any money to. Trust me, I would never give money to Red Cross or anything like that. Don't you see what they did to the people in
It's
Lahaina?
embarrassment. They
Learn
asked for help,
these
right?
people's. If you want to help somebody in a
Mexican
disaster
government does start
situation, you find a GoFundMe or a direct link on a PayPal and you give it to them.
What is the
Give
Mexican government
goods and
gonna do
friends
when
and
they
family.
see
They'll get it right away. They'll only
this
take
right
3%. That's how you do it.
They're not gonna care.
It's the cheapest, fastest way to the money's actually in their hand right away. None of this, we got to wait a week to cut them a $700 check, which means nothing, and none of that. They'll get the money tonight. And that's what you do if you're ever donating to somebody like that. Okay? That's why I don't donate on the GoFundMe at all. After the whole GoFundMe where they held the money back for the truckers, I learned, no, fuck that. It's PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. That's it. That's it.
They're just watching this happen right now. They're all just standing around there.
Yeah, they're doing nothing. I mean, these dudes are getting paid really good money just to dick around and hang out, like these National Guard guys right here behind me, just doing nothing, getting paid good money. Deployed to the border to sit here and watch. Psh, be a hall monitor. Sad deal. A fucking sad deal. And then the Uber drivers above them up there. The green suited Uber drivers with guns that don't ever pull them. What's the point of giving these guys guns? They don't ever pull them. Never pull them. What's the point? Yeah, to be a statue. Sad deal, man. People think this shit isn't happening. And just to let you know, this is happening thousands a day. We've been watching this for a long, long time. See, here we go. So now okay, maybe they're just letting them out. But, what they do is they wait for the next load of buses to come in. And then, like you see, they count them. They take them to a processing center, which means they get their money, their plane ticket, a little food and water. And then they get sent off to wherever they say they want to go to.
There they go.
Okay? Wherever they want to go.
Opening gates pretty soon here.
I can't tell you.
I thought they were going to start
You know,
opening
Kablanki.
gates, but they're opening the gates here shortly.
But you probably know. What's the point of having a fence? I get it. I mean, what's the point? You might as well just leave the door open right there. I mean, just really. I mean, that's where we're at anyways. You got to remember, guys, so many people that used to vote for them are starting to wake up. So they're not probably going to vote for them anymore. And they see that. They're not stupid. As stupid as they are, they're not stupid. They're evil. Okay? So what do? They're introducing their new voter base. They're bringing them in. And you don't think that somebody seeking asylum and then somebody brings you into the country, gives you money and a plane ticket, you're not going to vote for that person? I mean, come on. Do not gaslight me. Okay? Because I'd do the same. If I was seeking asylum into Colombia and they took me in and gave me money and a place to fucking stay. Okay? I'd be like, oh, man, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I fucking appreciate that, man. So that's all it is. That is their new voter base being brought into the country. Okay? And that's why I loved so much last week when they put out finally had to release that statement about how they give 500,000 Venezuelans. Venezuelans only, mind you.
Thank you so much for that.
Why the Venezuelans? Don't know. 500,000 Venezuelans got granted immediate citizenship. So again, when you're a citizen, you can vote. Go out and work. Okay? So there you go. Where's AOC? That bitch is at a bar somewhere serving drinks. That anti-American cunt. I'd love to see her one day just do a press conference here. I got to hurry up and buy that legitimate bullhorn. That's going to be the next buy for Smoke and Scan. Okay? I'm going to go down live with the new gimbal, prop that shit up, and blast them out with my fucking bullhorn. That way they can't get one goddamn word out for their fucking press conference. Okay? It's time that happens. You stop the press conference. Okay? Don't you remember what the whole plan in They Live was? The whole plan was to knock out the satellite, to knock out the signal.
Mexican government out here right now. You have local media out here, Mexican media out here.
YouTube censors this chat. Well, what can I do? What can I do about that, man? That's YouTube for you. I tell you all the time. That's why I don't want to remonetize my account. Why would I want to make them rich while they kick me in the dick? Okay? That's why. Right there, E-Man. Or E-Man. Because that ain't me. You see my hands right here, and I'm the only motherfucking mod in YouTube. I have no mods in YouTube. Only me.
So this is all their vehicles in.
Look at this. Still dicking around doing nothing. I mean, how much are these men and women getting paid to just sit in their trucks and do fucking nothing? Let's just all pull up and hang out and do nothing. Not even pick up all the fucking garbage on our side with some rakes. Something. Nothing. Just nothing. Let's just hang out together in our trucks and chill out and drink water because it's really hot out here. You notice the migrants have no water, right? These dudes, big-ass jugs of water. So don't tell me it ain't hot out there. This dude's got 2 jugs in his hand. How much water do you see in their hands? Remember, it's humane. That's why she's taking her second shirt off there, because it's hot as fuck. Remember, this is humane. They don't even walk up to them and say, here's some hot water. Here's a case of some Aquafina. You know, one hot water to everybody. Nothing. You don't see it, right? Remember, humane. Here's your migrant camp in a riverbed next to the Rio Grande. Remember, humane. But Damon, you don't have any empathy for these people. Do the people that are letting these people in have any empathy for these people? Nope. Avion? Yeah, might as well give them Avion or Aquafina. That shit sucks. Give them all that shit. Give them the whole supply.
They're opening the gates again up here.
How come it's so many young men, too? How come? How come it's so many young, well, like they say, sometimes military age kind of men? You know, 16 to 25 to 30-ish. Why? How come? Why is it that their countries, they felt the need to leave? So many men. I mean, we're always watching the bar, and I hear people talking, oh, man, this is a sausage party. Welcome to the sausage party, homie. Welcome to the sausage party. I don't see but a couple holes there to bang out. Not too many. It's all sausage, homie. They can camp in front of Enrico's house. He would never do it. He would never have the guts to let anybody live in his house. Never. He'd come in here and gaslight about it. You know it, and he'll still do it. Because he's a puppet. And that's what he is. This is for you, Enrico. Something evil is happening? Yeah. It's right in front of your eyes. And they're telling you it's happening. And then they're telling you, and what, motherfucker? And what?
The presence of the government here.
What you going to do about it? And what?
To scare them away.
Nothing.
Caddy,
That's what I
caddy,
thought.
Fun thing, too much caddy.
That's what they're going to tell you.
Over all this.
And what? Wasn't Elon just there? Yep, he was there, I don't know, last weekend, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was in the last 10 days. Well, regardless of whether we want them in or not, Macias, they're going to be in. But hopefully you'll be taking them in, Macias. Hopefully you'll take them into your house and give them food and shelter. But you won't. I'm sure of it. You won't give any money to feed them. I know it. But I know you want them in. How come you guys don't? How come you don't support them? You want them here, but you don't support them. I mean, literally, monetarily, financially. Why don't you actually put them in your house so they don't have to live on the street in a tent? How come? How come all the liberal pukes don't do that? How come? How come I don't see any of these liberal pukes with them at least saying, hey, you can live on my lawn? It's better than living on the hard sidewalk. You can live on my lawn and I'll come outside and give you water and, you know, you can pick oranges from my orange tree and eat that. Because they're fake. Exactly. They're gaslighting pieces of garbage. Anti-American fucks.
A couple just ran down and made it, and they started running towards them like if they're going to do something. But they did it. It's funny. Just funny.
Elon can shelter everybody in his gigafactory. Well, he could, but he shouldn't, Adelino.
Counting. Tomorrow, I'll
I
start counting
wouldn't.
Since the moment we get here,
He's an immigrant, too. You don't think he understands?
Tomorrow we'll be out here all day.
He's not an American citizen from birth, Elon.
Fingers crossed, guys, I don't get
Okay?
stuck.
You don't think he realizes what's going on? And he is not a citizen of this country, born and raised. Maybe a citizen now.
So
he surely hell wasn't born
my
here.
vehicle got scraped pretty bad coming in here too. But this is a lot.
It is an invasion. Don't mince words.
Than yesterday, we don't have all that noise in the mind.
And anybody who's mad at my words, don't worry him. Don't stop typing, because I don't care. Really, what you should do is stop the typing, go over here, and pull up with your minivan or your Honda Accord, whatever, and just tell them, hey, man, come on in. I'm going to take you home and feed you. And, you know, fuck my bed. I'm going to sleep on the couch. You guys sleep on the bed. And until you do that, you're nothing but a gaslighting anti-American. That's it. Practice what you preach. It's okay to let them in as long as I pay for them. I get it. I understand. I know how, you know, that side works. They're beggars. They're grifters. That's what they are. It's absolute facts of what they are. They're beggars and grifters. It's funny how one side works really hard and pays a lot of tax and just doesn't want to get taxed so much, while the other side doesn't want to work, doesn't do much work, wants everything for free. Everything is a right, not a privilege.
For $5 you go have
to them.
Push me out.
Everything.
Me and Oreo got stuck here last time. It was not fun.
Yes, they're criminals. As soon as they walk through they're not criminals sitting on this side, but as soon as they walk through that door, they are criminals.
They have the trucks.
They have broken the law.
To go the other way.
They have illegally entered the country.
It's true.
So that's why I refer to them as illegal aliens. They're not asylum-seeking migrants. Those people go through a legal port of entry and claim asylum and wait. They don't just go ahead of everybody in the line in the cafeteria because they're so fucking special. What makes these people so much more fucking special than the migrants that have been seeking asylum for 5+ years waiting for their visas? What makes them so fucking special? No, they're illegal, Enrico. You gaslighting anti-American. And Enrico, I don't ever want you to think that you're American. Please don't ever think that. You're just a leech that was probably born here. Unfortunate for us. Okay? And at some point in time, I'll be paying for you. And if I find that out and that you're on the government dole, I will treat you like my son. Because I am your daddy. Okay? I pay for you to live. My tax dollars do. So I'm your fucking daddy and your mommy. Got it? And that goes for everybody, just like Enrico as well. That isn't just him. The word of the day is gaslighting.
Right.
I'm your motherfucking mommy and your daddy.
There's my beautiful wife.
I don't want to hear nothing else. Look at all the garbage, debris. Look at that little kid right there. Humane. Remember Humane, guys. This is Humane. Sitting in the hot sun on a riverbank around a bunch of garbage. Humane. Humane. Looks like fucking Afghanistan. Kinda does. Suffer all the dead folks from the pullout. Don't forget about all those folks. The day one pullout. Oh, they don't want me for president. I'll fire fucking everybody. No need for vice presidents and cabinets or anything. No, nothing. Get rid of all of it. I don't need Congress. I don't need the Senate. I'm getting rid of everybody. Even though I don't have the authority to. I'm getting rid of everybody. I'm trying. Once I can't, continue on.
Morning, Karina.
I'm just keeping it real too, Enrico. I'm your fucking daddy. Don't you ever fucking forget it. I'm keeping it real. 100% hundo.
Debbie
I'm your
says
mommy and your
Jen
daddy.
Irene was your wife.
I'm their mommy and their daddies.
now.
Don't you ever fucking forget it.
Yes.
I'll show you my
That's my
tax
wife.
returns. Okay. Thank you, Paul Stiegelmar. So don't you ever think I'm they mommy, I'm they daddy. And all you taxpayers out there, you're their mommy, you're their daddy, till they get out and start paying taxes and working too. Thank you again, Paul. You rock. Good to see you. Sam, yes, we will be on tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our normal goings on. Yeah, Rick, that fucking chase yesterday was wild. I think honestly we caught it from the better angle live. No offense to the other side, but you know, again, they're hindered. I think both of them had parts of the chase that were better, you know, because of the angle. That's why it's kind of fun to see it from two sides. But because of, you know, like when you get there, it's like a line in the air, you know. You can't just, okay, now I'm here, so I'm going to go ahead of everybody. It doesn't work like that. They all have to work with each other. So one will get ahead of the next and kind of line up in the air, different heights, so that way they don't wreck into each other like what happened in Arizona. Yeah, it's kind of how it works. So you can only hope that everybody kind of gets a good position or angle. So,
How's Oreo? I texted him last night. He was doing good. Yes, I am, Brian Glock. Sin, Joe, thanks for all you do. Very informative. Thank you so much, Sin, for that super chat. Much, much appreciated. Looks like a little.
Fortunately, there are still more Americans than illegal immigrants. Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't know what is our population, like 240 mil or something like that.
I had to work 12
I think it's like
hours
240 million. I don't know.
But we'll be catching
I haven't
up
checked
on
in a
your
long
stuff. Thank
time.
you, Jackie,
But again, when you're bringing in what they say is 10,000 a day for the last 2 years, it's a lot more people. It's a couple million probably. I mean, again, you're not going to see the influx unless you're around the areas where they're stuffing them. 330 million we're at, 350, 360. Everybody's at a different one. So we're in the threes for sure. So 350, okay.
The Republican just praised the speaker for historic border security funding. Wow.
Yeah.
Bye, Melissa.
Why even have a gate? That's what I say. It was a waste to put all the gate up at this point. You know, the problem with the gate is, honestly, I'll be honest with you, you could legitimately, let's just say, you know, the Indians, the Native Americans, as some like to call them, the Indians, would allow you to go into their native land and put the fence all the way. Let's just say, we'll be hypothetical for a moment, all the way around. It doesn't matter because, again, a lot of these folks are going underneath the fence. Okay? They have tunnels. They get miners to literally dig a tunnel from a house on the side we're at underneath this fence to literally like a house on the other side. And they'll bore over into the house so you can't see anything else. It just looks like an old regular house. And, you know, put a little furniture in front with the light on. So if somebody looks in, it looks like somebody's living there. And then when they bring drugs and, you know, people through. Because the Mexican folks still, a lot of the ones that are legal, that don't have a work visa, have to sneak in. So those are the folks that are paying to sneak in. Because like I told you, there is not one Mexican in this crowd. Not one. Unless they're busy selling water or something or food to these folks. And that does happen. Or the guy that we saw that actually made money. Smartest dude I saw. He saw everybody crossing the Rio Grande with trouble. Dude stood in the water and gave people back rides. Like literally you jump on his back. He walks across the river. You give him a few pesos and he walks back and keeps doing the same thing. So he's like a human mule in a sense. And I just thought it was the smartest thing. He saw the angle. And these guys and girls, these people don't need their fucking pesos. They were living in Mexico for a little bit. They don't need the pesos anymore. So give them the pesos and the shit. You're going to get American money as soon as you go through. And that's really what he was doing. I thought it was pretty smart. So that's what the Mexican folks are doing here. These folks are not Mexican, not one of them. So don't make that mistake. They're not on the approved list of countries to come through this entry point. Who's that? Let's see. Somebody sent something. Calamity Girl, thank you so much. Thankfully, Calamity Girl, you're far away in a nice, beautiful state. You know, you don't have to deal with it. It's thankfully not a border state there. But at some point in time, they'll rear its ugly head. Because again, these states that are, you know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, like anti-immigration or whatever. So where they come in and they're asylum-seeking kind of places, they get overfilled. They're getting overrun. Look at New York. It's getting overrun. These hotels that they've set up, which, by the way, all us are paying for, all the taxpayers in New York are paying for these folks to stay in hotels and trash the hotel and do nothing, just sit outside and hang out and smoke cigs and chill because they can't work until they get their citizenship. Then they can go vote for them and then they can go work. Because after a while, the government can't keep printing money to sustain that. We can't keep paying to sustain that, so something's going to break. Something's got to break. It's one or the other. And if they just keep printing money, then I'm telling you, go to fucking Home Depot now, get your wheelbarrow, because that's what you're going to need to buy a fucking Big Mac. You're going to need to fill up a wheelbarrow with money just to go down to McDonald's to get you one Big Mac. So, yeah. Sanctuary cities. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Sanctuary cities. Yes. The sanctuary cities are getting overrun. Again, that's just the whole thing. And they rely on our tax dollars to squander first. Then they print money too on top of that. You know, so it's a double whammy, really is. And something's got to come to a head. Something will at some point. It will. I assure you that. You know, but till then, I mean, buckle up, I guess, right? I mean, what can we do with that? At that point, there's not much we can do. Chicago people are protesting. They're protesting. Shout out to Curtis Saliwa. They're protesting in Staten Island. They took a senior citizen's home and threw all of them out. A 91-year-old Korean War veteran who fought for our country, threw him out in the street with all his shit so they could put these folks in there. So I'm hoping they'd go to somebody like Enrico's house and throw him out of his house, which I'm sure he probably doesn't own. But they throw him out of his house and put them in there. And then I want to talk to Enrico how he feels when he's sitting on the curb with his shit, with his PlayStation 2 in his hand. I want to have that talk with you, Enrico, then. Okay? We'll have that talk then. Man, go find me, man. I don't have no way. I'm living on the street now. I go to the YMCA to shower. Here's $1. Hold on, let me burn it for you first. There you go, Enrico. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find you. I'm going to burn $1 in your face and hand it to you. When you're sitting on the curb with your PlayStation and no place to stay. That's really it. Well, he doesn't have the new PlayStation because again, they haven't given it to him first, because he's a beggar, a grifter. Okay? People like him, they wait for somebody to give him the shit. Otherwise, he's dealing with the old shit. Someone handed him down a PS2 and he's happy. That's how that works. Two people can gaslight, yes. More than one can gaslight. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, but that's the funny part. Like I said, these people, all they do is they pretend to care, but they never do anything for them but spend your money. They're happy to spend your money on these folks, but they ain't spending their money on these folks. Yes, they're pathetic. That's a great word for it, Shelley. They're pathetic. They're anti-American. And I wish the worst for them. I really do. They think I'm playing, but it's absolute truth. Because until the worst happens, they won't understand it. They are freeloaders. They're absolute freeloaders. U.S. is garbage. Santa Fe, New Mexico is 100% futuristic. LaFonza Butler makes history after being sworn in California. Watch live. I don't think so. I'm good on the affirmative action hire. Go Your Own Way, Fleetwood Mac. I don't even remember that track. Oh shit, it's Cornholio. Look at him. Look at him in the pink right there. I swear to God, that's Cornholio. No fucking way it ain't.
I am the great Cornholio. I'm a gringo. I have no bunghole.
Shout out to Cornholio. And remember this, guys, before you go anywhere today. Corn Pop was a great dude. Corn Pop was a fantastic man. A fucking savior. A saint. You should have a statue. Especially in Delaware. Here we go. The Uber drivers are here. There's one. There's another. He's already hurt. Great. More medical bills. We got to fucking fix him. And look, there's only there's two little girls and a girl there. There's one girl. There's a girl. There's a girl. Most are men, though. I'd say if you looked at that ratio right there, it's 85% men. Corn Pop was Joe's gay lover, probably. Probably had a gangbang with fucking Big Mike. Here we go again. Let's see. There's one girl. Can't tell if that one's a girl. There's a girl for sure. There's two. Three. Three girls in that next group. Maybe a fourth. I couldn't tell because of the wrap on someone's head. Yeah, postseason starts today, Draco. It's going to be interesting to see. Shout out to the Uber drivers. I mean, Border Patrol. I mean, Uber drivers, for taking care of these illegal immigrants. Illegal aliens. I'm sorry. My bad. Illegal aliens. Any from Romania? Oh, for sure. Probably. I mean, they're coming from Russia, the Ukraine. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some from Romania. I mean, you've seen Chinese come through here. I've seen Africans come through here. Nigerians, all kinds of folk. Well, that's in Africa, but whatever. The thing is with Joe is what he'll do is, again, because he's on this side, normally he'll be on the other side with them and he'll interview them. He'll say, hey, where are you from? How long did it take you to get here? Where are you going? And it's funny how all of them all know exactly where they're going. Oh, I'm going to Kentucky. I'm going to New York. I'm going to California. I'm going to Chicago. It's not like, I was thinking about New Jersey, but it's really cold. So I was thinking maybe Florida. I don't know. Maybe Georgia. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but as soon as I go through the fence, I'll figure it out. Not one is like that. Not one. They know exactly where they are going right the fuck away. It's never I don't know. It's never that. Remember, humane. Look at all the shit on the razor wire just stuck on there. And that is clothes and shit from people getting their clothes ripped off from trying to get through the razor wire. But that's humane. 2 dumpsters, okay? 1 empty, 1 filled with garbage. It's just more garbage that they're leaving. You know, trash everywhere. All I can hope is all the people that are just like Enrique, they can go and they pull up in front of Enrico's house that he rents and they dump all their garbage like that and right in front of his house. That's all I can hope. But we know he won't post up about that. He won't post, and so is that. Civil War? Hey, shit, we might have one. I'm ready for the purge, man. That's a sad thing. They're destroying the country day by day. What's up, Hawaiian girl? I mean, look what they did to the folks in Lahaina. What they did. Spit in their fucking faces. Y'all don't wake up and see what's going on. I can't help you. And if you vote the same way, you deserve everything they give you. Let them steal your land. Let them take your shit. Fuck it. That's what you want anyways. You like getting fucked. So, I can't stop you from like getting fucked. You know, just get fucked. Just don't try to fuck me with your words or your dick. Or fingers either. All right, I guess I'm going to hop out of here, guys. Because it's been long enough. We did 2 hours. We are on later tonight at 8 p.m. I did leave you the link. Let me link you again to First Responders Media. That way it's right there so you can continue on and watch this. Click like and subscribe on Joe's page. He's not going anywhere. I am. So if you want to continue to watch the invasion, feel free. The humane invasion, by the way, because it's so humane right here. And that's what it is, man. Yeah, they do, Cherry. And again, if they do it again, then they deserve everything they get. That's all I can say. It's unfortunate. I feel bad. We all know what happened. And you vote the same way, you deserve it. And I think they're gonna have a change of heart this time. I really do. I could be wrong. But I think they're gonna have to steal something in order to have it their way in that particular state. That's all I'm talking about. Not here, there. So, having said that, you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for all the likes, the love, not the retweets, the thumbs ups, which are really huge. Thank you. They're free. Thank you so much for the thumbs ups. Thank you for all the donos. And I guess that's it, man. You guys hopefully have a fantastic day. And hopefully you can join me later tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I guess that's it. So go watch Taco Joe. Thank you for everything. Be good to each other. I'm out of here.
Hasta la vista, baby.